Hey y'all.
Hey everyone.
I mean, you know what? Let me come in here like I got coof, like I got sense. Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? It's the first of the month. How we feeling?
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I Ali, how you feeling?
How are you, Emily? How are you doing this good November 1st? How are you?
I've been better. Hold on. I'm try not to have an echo on this whole. We're literally streaming to. I'm gonna have to cover it up, I guess. We're streaming to Twitter Spaces as well right now. Trying to figure out how we can make that work. So it's a little bit of echo for me trying to listen back to that. Today was a very slow, somber day. I was very low energy, but that is to be expected for me at least at this period in time when you think about the calendar cycle. I'm gonna just say that.
Mm-hmm,
So this
mm-hmm,
day was already just a
mm-hmm,
very
mm-hmm.
chill, low key day. I actually have my contacts in because I was gonna put myself together. I was like I told y'all, I had my together, and I was like, I'm gonna still put myself together, regardless of what Tyler gives. But then something back here in this area was like, bitch, don't do it. And you know what? That's why we trust our intuition every single time.
Got
Because
to.
while I put the contacts in and they about to come out, I ain't do nothing else and make no extra effort so that I was not equally yoked by the content displayed by Mr. Perry. Because whatever the hell this episode was, it was giving no effort, no trying, no story, no nothing. Which means I should give what? No nothing. That's where I'm at, Allie. Honestly, how you feeling on this November 1st? Not Tyler Perry ruining my November 1st.
You know, I always love the first of the months. Uh, um, some reasons we share the same sentiment as to why I don't, for some reason. But I love playing the Bone Thugs and Harmony song. I play it the first of every month, so it was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. With the work, I almost lost my jewelry in the toilet.
Okay.
And you have sobering things that happen. Because I said, now, Lord, if my bracelets fall in this toilet, I'm not getting them out. It's gonna be a plumbing problem because I'm not sticking my hand in there. But it just be thoughts that be coming to my head. It's like, where the hell? But it was actually a good day. It
Okay.
was a good day until about 9 p.m.
To about 9 p.m.
Um,
6 o'clock my
till
time.
about 9.
Yep.
Yeah, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock till on Pacific time, but Eastern Standard Time 9 p.m. when Sisters came on. You know, this was probably no lie, like all joking aside, is probably one of the worst episodes I've seen this season. It was pretty it was pretty awful. It
Uh,
was, it was pretty awful.
no lies detected on my end.
Yeah, but other than that, my day was great, and I always look forward to seeing you, conversing with you, and to our lovely supporters who come and chill with us every Wednesday night. So that's like the highlight of my Wednesdays.
That's literally
I
tea.
feel like that.
Like, that's literally tea. So I personally feel bad for not giving Tyler no energy because he don't deserve it. But you
Correct.
know that you guys have to suffer by way of me giving you whatever the hell this is. Because this is all I got. I am fighting for my life not to quit this show. I swear.
You are.
I
You are.
swear. The way Tyler had me up there hooping and hollering in not the good kind of way, I was just like, I am not dumb. Is it crack? Mr. Perry? Is it crack, y'all? Somebody tell me what it is. I need to understand what the hell it is because I
It
don't.
might be heroin. It might be heroin. Might be a little step further than crack because I just there's so much to say about so little, which is interesting. There is so much to say about so little as far as this episode here,
But you
and
need
I
to
see a
let
lot
me
of people
hear
in the
that.
comments how they have the same sentiment as we do about this episode. It's something. It was something.
Y'all want to rate the episode? Go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and follow suit. We're going to do what we're supposed to do when we come up in here.
Oh, I see a 6.
Oh, Shari said not me being the only one that kind of enjoyed this episode.
You enjoyed it, Shari? Which part?
Please,
Overall, or did you have
do tell,
certain
baby.
parts?
Do tell. While y'all do that, I'm going to check in and see. If we get an echo. Hold on. Y'all want to rate the episode? Go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and follow suit. We're going to do what we're supposed to do.
Emma said it's a 2.
Here.
Kelly Hester 0.
Oh, I see a 6.
Sharon Herbert 2.
Not be the only one. How do I mute this? Okay, hold on. There we go.
-5. I rated stale.
Yes, I rated stale.
A -100 out of 10. Damn.
Not -100.
A 4. I kind of enjoyed it too, but some of the acting threw me off. But I endured it. I understand. I get that. 4. Christina Calhoun said, "I'm over it. I just enjoyed Fatima and Zac and the girls on the date." Okay.
Child.
Yeah, wasn't expecting much, but damn. A 9, Dominique. Natalie Rose a 1. Did you like the whole episode, Dominique, or was there certain parts that you like more? Like, what made you give it a 9?
I'm trying to see. Do we have? If you're listening on Christina, you're listening in the Twitter Spaces too. Do we have an echo on Twitter Spaces? You can keep going, Allie. I'm just trying to check. Sweet Cakes 5 says a 2.
Okay. Christina says she is so confused. Cookie from the Shy, give it a 1. Cheryl Galloway a 4. Christine Wiley a 5. Okay. If we gonna have these new men, me and TP gotta talk because I'd rather have Gary and them back. Journey with CC, that was hilarious. Only Fatima is that part. Okay. Not really sure how to rate it. It was all over the place. That is a great assessment. I agree with that. Mimi Love Space said it was different. Right. Emma said, I feel like we've been had.
We have definitely been had. We have 100% been had.
That is accurate.
Okay. If you're listening on the Twitter Spaces, you're currently listening to Our Sister's Keeper, which is streaming live on YouTube at Erica Vane TV. And we are talking about tonight's episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas, episode 14. From what I can tell, there's no echo, there's no issue, so we're going to go ahead and keep it pushing with what we're doing. Okay, so there's a bunch of mixed reviews. Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we missed something. Shari, you might have to step forward and, like, don't forever hold your peace because you enjoying it makes me feel like, well, am I drunk? Like, what is wrong with me on this good evening?
Well, I think some people, and y'all can correct me in the comments or whatever, but I think some people are just excited to see, like, new faces with the 3 Jordan, Rich, and Tony, which I'm not gonna lie, I did like. It gave a. Now I wasn't too fond of their scene, but I did enjoy seeing a different perspective of man on the show. Because I think other than Aaron, we really haven't seen men who were men about their stuff.
Yeah.
Like I did enjoy that, so I ain't gonna hate on that part. Some of it was getting a little too like clownish in a sense, but I did enjoy seeing the new faces, even though I got some issues with that. But
So
anyway,
I would go ahead and say that too. Like I would go ahead and agree that I enjoyed seeing the new faces and having a new energy. But Tyler just ruined everything for me. Like I was actually vibing with whatever was going on up until, and this is probably just like a super nichey Erica nitpicky thing, and I'm fine with that. I'ma stand on that. Okay.
yeah.
I was fine with the date scene up until they have the exchange where they're acting like they don't like each other. And my first thought was, which I didn't have a problem with, but my first thought was, Andy, this ain't about you. Y'all been here for 3 hours. Your homegirl been here for 3 hours with these boys. Whether you want to leave or not has nothing to do with them. So if you ready to go, get your and go. But clearly they having a good time with these men, even though I'm like, how much of a good time you having because y'all ain't had no food and y'all been here for 3 hours. But okay. The part that did it for me, I was literally punching the air, y'all. Punching the air. Because I don't know why. I guess it's like a little tick in my brain now. I cannot do the sexualization of women. This dude was doing so good, even though he looks creepy, he looks slimy to me from the jump. From the very first trailer, he looks like, no, Andy, this ain't it. But he was a nice, cool gentleman. You had a good time, had great conversation. All of it was fun. All fun and games. Y'all playing like y'all don't like each other. All the way until you go to break the joke and you say that you want to take her home and make love to her. Like, I can't believe it now. Like, this is the stupidest shit. And y'all been saying a bunch of stupid shit. But, like, also, you were doing so well. Why do we have to go there? I feel like I'll be watching specifically for men in series now to not immediately go to sex. And it just don't happen. And it disgusts me. It completely took me out of it. I was like really enjoying the back and forth. I knew from the jump that they were joking because clearly they had just said they had a good time. They had just said that they would want to see each other. And I'm like, okay, cool. They about to play with their friends. Okay, cool. I want to take you home and make love to you. Okay, this is not fun no more. I'm ready to go. And then from then on, it's just like I was already taken out, and now we getting on the bus. Now we like, okay, Tyler Perry, we get on the bus and ain't nobody paying. Danny, you are actually giving into this guy. He's clearly a fucking stalker. Everything that he starts his conversations off with is, I already know this because I listened to your conversation.
Those are facts.
I can't do it. I cannot do this shit. I really can't.
I agree. And I will say, like, I was, vibing a little bit. No, that's too strong of a word. I was okay with the dialogue between Andy and what's his name? Jason?
I don't know the damn man's name.
I don't know. Between Andy and Unknown. So I was enjoying it. It was cool. And then when they decided to play the game, it was hard for me or play a trick on their friends that it was the worst date they ever had. I was immediately taken out of that scene because I'm like, who stays on a date for 3 hours and they're not enjoying themselves? So that took me complete. And sometimes I try not to focus on like detail, but it's like, Tyler, don't be so specific with things if you about to do something that's gonna completely jack up the whole premise of whatever you're writing. Yeah, well, we've actually been here for 3 hours. 3 hours? Danny ain't finna sit nowhere for 3 hours. Point blank, period. She's not finna sit nowhere for 3 hours. You ain't fed her. All y'all did was have drinks for 3 hours. And I know the conversation wasn't that good. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And then for them to believe the Unknown and Andy, like, come on. Y'all been sitting here for 3 hours. 3 hours? 3. Okay, so I was already taken out of the scene before we even got to them. And no, get up. Oh, what did he say? Oh, huh? No, I don't like her. No, this was I said no.
Allie, I was riding
with it.
I was riding with it. I was giving Tyler all of it because the 3 hours actually made no goddamn sense, especially because nobody had no fucking food. Like, that really did not make no sense. But I promise you, I had given Tyler that grace. Up until the point that he changed it to be. But I guess since we reaching and we jumping out the window anyway, he gonna go ahead and put his true intentions out there, which instantly made him less attractive. I don't know. Again, y'all, could be a very nuanced Erica thing. Men, if you listening and you know a hoe like Erica, do not lead with you wanting to stick your parts in these women, because y'all, as in men, will anything. That's the same reason why they don't want y'all asses as morticians, because there's niggas out here fucking corpses. Y'all will fuck hoes. Y'all will fuck fruit. Y'all will fuck animals. Don't tell no bitch that you want to her the first day. On top of, like, sit there, don't feed her. Like, it's just so crazy. All of it's so crazy, Allie. Then we go to the door and they try to convince them to get on the fucking bus.
That was so.
But before that, he's like, come to my house, I'll cook. And you know, Jethro and his fucking friend is like, yeah, because he can burn. It's like, we didn't already had all y'all's co-signing. We clearly know you co-signing nigga. Stop co-signing this nigga. Like, stop. I'm tired.
Jethro.
Allie, I'm so frustrated. Cause it's like, and don't y'all bring your ass in the conversation saying, Erica, you being too critical. Because when I tell you I gave Tyler the fucking 3 hours with no food and all drinks, and he proceeded to extend that scene, throw in sex, have Jethro talk about this nigga can really burn. They are selling it that they are great guys that are divorcees. Anybody will tell you that we great guys? Well, let's ask the exes. Can we do that? Where them motherfuckers at?
Baby. I just that entire. I said first of all, it's 11 p.m. It's 11 o'clock. See, that's why Tyler gets so specific. It's 11 o'clock at night. About to get on the bus. I don't even know you, my guy. And I'm about to get on the bus, the city bus with you? The city bus. Really?
Not only am I going to get on the bus, which if we're giving it to this fantasy, whatever, this is too good to be true. Not only am I getting on the bus, but I'm getting on the bus the wrong way and they're going to put our ass off in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
This is not romantic. This is not.
And then the story about the coach. Oh, we just freestyling tonight, huh? We just throwing it out. I guess that's just what we doing. Cause baby, that story. First of all, this is what pissed me off. Now, y'all in the comments, help me if I read this wrong. If I listened to this incorrectly, Erica, you tell me too.
Girl, okay. First of all, Allie, before you say it, I went to go make a goddamn parfait. I was so frustrated. I got up a few times and was just like, fuck this. I got a beverage. I made a parfait. I played with my dog. So honestly, I can't fact check shit. But carry on.
Okay. Fam in the comments. Y'all help me out. Now, all right. Didn't Jordan, one of them stated that their coach was on his dying bed.
Oh my God,
and then had the wife call all the old players to go meet him at the gym. I said, now which one was it? Was he on his dying bed or was he in the gym? I'm confused. Was his dying bed in the gym? I need to know, because something that I said, Tyler, stop smoking. Stop smoking when you writing these sisters, because I'm already analytical just by nature anyway. Same. And then to listen to this foolishness, I'm like, it takes me out of the scene. Like, it takes me out. I was so confused because I was like, okay, where was the dying bed though? You said he was on his dying bed, but then the wife called all his old players to the gym for him to deliver a speech. Where?
They rolled the bed alley with all of the IVs into the gym.
I just it,
So much is just way
that
too
confused me.
convenient. Tyler, if you don't care, if this about to be improv, then tell me, Tyler. Tell me. Because part of this I feel like was his right, and then part of this was like, you bitches is on your own. We need 13 minutes. Go. Tell me it's not. Tell me it's not, y'all. Tell me that this shit wasn't improv.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
And that's not even the worst part of the whole episode. We're not even at the worst. We're
No,
quite
oh no,
literally
this is
at the
not the worst.
best. The best of the episode is this goofy ass triple dates. And you know what? Let's give it a little, let's add a little cherry on the shit pile. Rich,
Okay.
I can see something happening with him and Sabrina. I'm gonna
Yes.
give Tyler Rich, even though his ass is dummy from bruh. But okay.
Right.
I'm gonna give you Rich, Tyler. But Jethro, absolutely the hell not. And little weird brows, absolutely the not. Andy not even ready for no new. So no. And in the way they band together like they're the goddamn Backstreet Boys, I can't. I cannot. Cause what is this? This gives y'all have practice, all right. Y'all have fucking coordinated this routine. What are we talking about?
It was given very much high school. And then I said, oh, so we just gonna lie all between this dialogue, because when they were at the restaurant and Jason Jordan, whatever, Jay stated that with Andy working at being a divorce attorney, like he's surprised hasn't made her pessimistic when it comes to dating. No, it just makes me a little bit more cautious when I'm dating someone. About what?
It didn't make her pessimistic because Andy don't ever believe she's gonna get married.
I said, Andy, you there is no hesitation when it comes to men and hesitation, sis. You have zero.
You don't know what that is.
Zero. Robin told you a couple words. You fine, you're sexy. Andy, you deserve so much. Then you walk your happy behind in and have a threesome. It didn't take much. Gary almost sent you to St. Peter to see if your name on that book. And you took him back quick, fast, in a hurry. Baby, you don't have no caution.
Not a bit.
You don't have no caution. Then Danny, I'm giving girlfriend energy. No, you're not. You're not giving no girlfriend energy, because Danny was very much feeding into everything that Tony was telling her. Everything. But what is girlfriend energy you was just giving 4 hours ago? We made it official. We're official. Girl.
You are official.
Y'all officially done.
You're officially official after you get drunk at a bar, have a drunken outburst, confront his fiance, who still very much so has her damn ring, and then randomly decides after your friend almost dies in a fire that this is where it's supposed to be at. And now you just so goddamn committed. The way that she talk, I am committed. Why? Why now? Tyler, this is what I'm talking about, of the shit just being too convenient. Because Daddy didn't give a flying about Preston up until the point of this. Literally. We have not heard her say anything about commitment, about valuing this, about trying, when Preston gave her every last reason to. Now he engaged to somebody else and she's fully committed? That's not toxic. I don't know what the hell is, because it's giving goofy that you really don't want to lose this man, and the only way that you could do so is to commit yourself because you think that you don't deserve better. Then now you met somebody who was supposed to be presenting himself as better, even though his ass is a stalker. Now you get to question that stupid ass limiting belief that you have, but you still barking out goofy ass shit. Daniela, go to hell, because girl, what are you talking about? I'm committed. Commit these nuts, because I can't. Everything about this episode was so, like, I'm committed. Why wasn't you committed when this boy was running around here trying to figure out how to date a black girl? Why wasn't you committed when this boy was trying to ask you what to listen to, what to, like... But you want to bust in Decatur screaming about you committed. Okay, girl, you got it.
You're committed. You're committed. When they were leaving out of the restaurant, she had to hurry and get home because y'all know why. And then Tony let her know yes because of Preston. And it's amazing how quickly you had to get home, but yet you get on the city bus at 11 p.m. to go riding around with the Three Stooges. So I'm not understanding. And I'm sorry, this comment took me out. Nicole Taylor said he was in hospice at the gym. Talking about the coach. That was funny. But yes, I agree with everything that you said about how it's so. You just 3 weeks ago, sis, you wanted a hot girl summer. You wanted a hot girl summer. You weren't trying to be committed to no Preston.
Not to mention, we don't flinch in our commitment. We don't flinch in our girlfriend energy every time the boy leads with something about Preston and then applies pressure to your ass. Last time I checked, if I'm with somebody and some man talking about somebody, I know you with somebody, but give me a kiss. I know you with somebody, but get on this bus with me. I know you with somebody, but meet me tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, excuse me?
Yeah.
There was no flinching. There was no turning. There was only, yes, tell me more. Girl. Preston, go find
She was giving very much single energy. It was very much single energy that Danny was giving, honey. Single energy.
And he was giving very much so desperate stalker energy, and none of that shit is sexy. At all. The sexiest thing on you is your goddamn height, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was something. And then Andy's bouginess. I said, Tyler, I'm getting so sick and tired of learning about these women with these little impromptu nuggets they drop. Your mom worked 2 jobs
to make that. Oh, I must have been out of the room when they said that. Well, go ahead.
She was saying that she used to ride the city bus. Her and her mom rode the city bus for her to go to school. Her mom would drop her off, and then her mom would rush to get back on the bus to go to her second job. And so he was like, you was raised by a single mother. She was like, no, my dad was there too, but he worked a lot. So both of her parents worked. But I tried. He was like, you're a good daughter. So I try to do, for my mom now. I said, Andy, I've only heard you speak of your mom one time. And that was when you told Karen you wanted to talk to Miss Lisa because you was messing with Gary and you didn't want your mama to know basically that you was screwing a married man. That is the only time you have made reference to your mom. Not all of a sudden you do so much for your mama. Since when? Well, you done got a penthouse, a Rolls Royce. Huh?
I got her paying for stuff. I don't got her calling her mama or spending time with her at all. I don't got her doing that.
At all. That's why I was like, I said, I just can't. Then Andy was acting as if, because I said, well, damn, was Andy kidnapped as a child? Was she left on the bus as a child because she got like, I don't like this. I said, what the hell is going on with her? She just completely went to this little scary, I said, I can't. Lord, I can't. I'm not understanding. Now that I'm understanding, I'm not trying to understand.
Allie,
but that entire...
You know good and damn well that Andy is triggered by poverty. When she said I'm triggered, I said I know you are by poverty, which is why you put up with all you put up with. Just so
I didn't understand that either.
Materialistic things.
I'm triggered. I said, girl,
this goddamn bus don't mean everything will disappear tomorrow. Go ahead.
I said, no, but that's good because I didn't even think when I was like, "What you mean you triggered about what?" It made me think about were you thinking about your childhood? Like, what were you thinking about? Like, I'm not sure, but it's just interesting. Like, I really do want to know more about them like how they were raised, their childhood, their family dynamics. But it's just amazing how,
I don't.
excuse me,
I'm
Tyler
done.
writes it. I'm interested in it, but it's just how he drops it, as if like it doesn't mean anything.
All of
Like
the
with even
information
with
that we've been
Danny,
wanting comes up out of nowhere, comes up and is used
it
trivially.
does.
It's so damn convenient. If this is how you gonna give it to us, then fucking keep it. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. Go ahead, sis.
No, I'm just saying. I really would like to know, but I would like for it to be intentional and not to be like this haphazard information we just gonna find out. But the reality is that's how we're going to find out, because we know who's writing it. We know who's writing it. But
I'm
somebody
not gonna
asked for the
lie.
Fatima and Zac.
What? Oh yeah, we gonna get to them.
No, you finish.
We gonna get to
Yeah,
Fatima and Zac. I saw the comments too. We gonna
yeah,
get to them. Y'all be
yeah.
patient. If I had to sit through this fucking hour, y'all can wait a bit. Y'all can chill. I'm not gonna hold you, Allie. If they wasn't the Backstreet Boys, if Jeffro wasn't like the biggest mouthpiece, if Andy wasn't my homegirl, that whole little thing could have been a thing. I'm not saying that I would not have gotten on the bus, because I am the bitch that be going back home to Baltimore. And I really be trying to take my cousins and stuff and my friends, like, yo, we haven't gotten on the bus. And I will get on the fucking bus because I haven't done it before. And they're like, just Baltimore, you're not getting on the bus. Nobody's trying to fight today. Like, my friends have literally like cussed me out behind this. So I do believe that the circumstances could have been cute, but Tyler, you just continue to come up with what's seemingly good material, and you trivialize it and you trope it and you cliche it and you make it weird so that it does not actually give what it actually could have gave. Could this have been a great moment to launch each of these girls off into new love stories with really amazing men? Yes, but you're missing the amazing men. You're missing them. Rich is sliding in by the skin of his chinny chin chin, and it's only because I feel like he said the least. Give a man enough time to talk. He gonna talk his way out of it. So, yeah. I'm gonna leave it there. I think that's all I got to say about the goddamn triple date. Did we just have the 3 best dates with the 3 best guys? No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. And I think the interesting thing in what you stated is that you're getting people to ride the bus whom you know.
Oh yeah.
You know these people, not the fact that I'm about to get
bus
on
with
the
somebody I don't
bus
know.
at 11 o'clock at night with 3 men who I don't know, who could overpower all of us. On the bus with y'all? No, ma'am. No, sir, not happening. Not happening. I think that's the thing.
So like, all of it was given coercion. It's like y'all don't know how to take no for an answer. It's just fucking orange flags popping off all over the place.
All the way, even like for Danny, and I think I said something like this last week, for her not to have like any type of trauma response based on what she has experienced, to be so, even though yes, we know you work with Tony, but you don't know Tony, and it's obvious that you don't even have any face recognition, so you've never seen him before, you've nothing, and you're being that like willing to go along with him. I'm like, that just. So when I see stuff, I just have to say it's Tyler Perry. It's Tyler Perry. And go on about my day because Tyler Perry.
I can't. Okay. So next, what are we going to next, Allie? I know y'all want to talk about Zac and Fatima, but if we go there, the live is gonna be done once I. So y'all better be sure if that's where y'all want to go next. I personally, with all of the saneness that I have and can muster in myself before I get on that topic and allow myself to go there, am literally saying I cannot talk about them without completely becoming unhinged. So they might need to be the very end, because I don't even know if y'all gonna get a proper send-off. Y'all probably won't even get a proper send-off at the end of this fucking live after I talk about them. So bear with me, and if you don't, I love you. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your week. The breakdowns will be up. What else I'm supposed to say at the very end? Because I don't think I'm going to make it sensibly to the very end after I have to talk about Zac and Fatima. Subscribe to Allie's channel.
What else happened?
Back down memory lane. What's back down memory lane for next week? This weekend, Allie. Get the people what they need.
I'm gonna do. Well, I haven't did so. I don't know because I said I was gonna do them every Saturday, but I can't do that. So it'll be every other Saturday.
Okay. Well, before we get to Fatima, Allie, get out whatever you need to drop.
I'm gonna have my review for this for tomorrow, sometime after 12 p.m. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. I had the end credit ones up probably later on Thursday or Friday. Back down memory lane, which will come out this Saturday. I will be doing soul food, and then I will the following Saturday will be the best man. I think that's all I have.
I mean, we might be able to come back and salvage it. Maybe Allie will be able to pull my ass back from the cliff. I know I am going to run towards and jump off of after we start talking about them motherfuckers. Okay?
Well, we must gonna be holding hands jumping off because I told you I said I don't have nothing nice to say.
All right, nothing so the team of y'all still gonna have to hold. Let's pull up on. Only other person in the episode was Karen and Pam.
Karen, Pam, and Hayden and Gary. That was it.
I forgot about them Negroes. Let's go to Hayden and Gary. Cause what? Also, it could have been good, but Tyler just fucking. He literally said, "Y'all niggas get in Hayden's house and improv." Cause what?
Period. As Hayden said, they're both pathetic. That is a great word to describe them both. They are both pathetic.
Don't mind me enjoying my parfait because this is keeping me sane right now.
Go ahead and enjoy it. The fact that Hayden is aware you're still eavesdropping on conversations with Andy and Fatima. Why? You know she's on this dating app. You have her profile pulled up. Asking Gary, oh, so you know about this, so you know the guys that you know she's matched with. Anybody worry about them dudes? And Andy loves me. And the more I looked at Gary, and it was so interesting because I was actually thinking about the character of Gary before the episode aired. It was like hours ago. I think I was at work, and I said, you know what, God? I said there's two sides to me. One side is Alicia, the godly woman, who believes that everybody can be redeemed and forgiven and all that good jazz. Then there's Allie Nick, who reviews the shows. And Gary has no redeemable characteristics for me on this show. He is literally someone who needs to jump first off the cliff before us. Because at this point, even though I know he's like a nuisance, he's like a thorn in Andy's side, it's like at this point, he is so pointless and useless as a character. He can and I love me some Cheeto, but he can really get the hell off the screen because it's becoming like he's already obnoxious. But to see him and he has no storyline. You're just when your sidekick has become Hayden, baby, you need to drop off the Sisters Universe lot, whatever, because you have no purpose anymore. And I'm like, Tyler, why are you? And I know what's to come up for Gary. I know, what he got going on the upcoming season or whatever. But it's like, at this point, get the hell on. Like, legit, get the hell on. Gary isn't. And I guess because he's done so much, I don't find him funny. I don't find him entertaining. I just don't. There's nothing that Gary can do for me as a viewer that would make me like him.
At all.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Mm-mm.
Same. I've been saying that, I think, since season 4, though. I've been saying, Tyler, you're never going to be able to save this man back in season 4.
At all.
Even when he was crying in the damn office with Andy and trying to get his stuff back, and they had had that closure conversation that I thought was going to deliver us all from their bullshit. Only for that to be a bait and switch. I was still like, I don't give a good goddamn, sir. Go to hell with gasoline drawers on. Please.
Literally.
So yeah, Tyler, there's nothing that you could do to save him. Why is he still here other than you want Cheeto to still have a chat?
That's it.
Hayden don't even like you. But Hayden don't have no friends, so I guess he gonna bend and grab. But also, Hayden, why are you looking at Andy? Why do you care? If you so focused on Tamara, if you popping up at her damn house, if you like,
was it me? Was it me? Or was Hayden looking a little yummy this episode?
Maybe it was you, Fred. Because I don't know. I didn't see a damn thing attractive about any of these fucking men on this show. Except maybe
in the comments.
But that's because Monty is fine as fuck.
In the comments, y'all help me out, fam. Did Hayden look a little cute this episode? Did he look a little cute?
It's giving your toxic bug. It's getting, it wants a craving or something.
Hayden was a little cute. He was a little cute tonight.
Allie, he was a little cute tonight. While he's stalking his wife and bigging up Gary to go and putting the battery in Gary's back, he's fine. Lord,
I don't know what it was. It was something that he was doing something for me this episode. I don't know.
Wait, Shari, did you ever say why'd you like the episode? Overall, like that? Oh yeah, you did. Overall, like the episode because how it focused on multiple people, not just one plot dragging. I like the girls' dates. Oh, and we just ethered them. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I ain't even gonna hold you. If y'all enjoyed the episode, I hope I'm Godspeed, and yes, love that for you. I don't know. Chris wasn't doing it for me this episode.
I wasn't tripping. Thank y'all. I knew I wasn't tripping.
Well, Ellie, I didn't like anything that was on the goddamn screen, so maybe that's also not helping. Chris is fine, so you know.
Demetrius said, "No, Allie, not Hayden."
Exactly.
It was just this episode.
Profile pulled up on the goddamn desk, just ready to stoke the flames with Gary's goofy ass.
He did. He was being toxic and messy, but I said, wait a minute. All right. Hey,
Trina said, I'm tired of Tyler putting miles on all these girls' pussies instead of letting them heal.
What? Who said that?
Oh my word.
Edwina.
My word. I can't. Sorry, I'm going back and read comments because I didn't read none of them. I just been hollering this whole damn live.
I don't love toxic stuff. Money Green Tate. I promise I don't.
I mean,
now I'm not going
to every now and again you get an itch and sometimes you're going to backside, right?
I do have a little trace. I do have a little trace. I think we all got a little trace of, liking a little toxicity. I don't like a lot, just a little millimeter. That's it, milligram.
Bad team, my type.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
I am forcing myself out of my fucking type because I ain't gonna be able to do it.
But y'all know, like, on some real deal stuff, though, my type are, like, not say, like, nerds. I'm not going to say like that. I like highly intelligent men that are artsy. Like, they sing, they rap, they paint, I like those kind of guys.
I like those
intellectual
kind of guys and gangsta-ass rapping, which is the dilemma.
Well, that is quite a combination.
I want you to internally be there. But I want you to look like you're not to be fucked with. And that's the dilemma.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to be I definitely have to feel safe with you. You definitely have to be a person that is going through your healing process, or you have healed from some things. Like because I have worked too hard to work on myself and rid myself of some bad habits, horrible mindsets of, those things. And I gotta have a whole man. A whole man. Not no, not a whole man.
Shout out to the 136 of y'all that's up in here today. Come on now. I love it. Hit that like button for me, please, on the live. Okay. So Harry. So Gary and Hayden, their scene was whatever. It could have been so much stronger, but it wasn't. Like you said, Gary gotta go. Hayden could stay, but Gary gotta go.
Yeah.
He's doing nothing.
And I think when someone did say something about, like, they feel like Hayden was humanized a little bit in this episode, and when Gary called him and he thought it was Tamara, like, he sounded so sincere. he was like, hey, baby, where you been? Like, where you at? Like that little, like to me, that little piece of line that Hayden said was probably the best acting that happened on the show.
Hmm.
In all actuality, like it probably was, and it was like a little line. But Chris, his name is Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a great actor.
Which is
Like he's just
why
a
I
great
got
actor.
beef
But
with Tyler Perry. Me and Tyler, we now beefing. It's official because you have too many talented motherfuckers on all of this land with all of this resources for you to be telling these half-ass stories in this way. Enough. Enough, Tyler.
I agree.
Are we going
I
on to
agree with
Karen?
you. Yeah, let's go to Karen and Pam. So Karen was at home. She was about to cook because she was hungry. Realized she ain't had no food. I said, "Now, sis, what's going on with you? Because the last time Aaron tried to cook for you, you ain't have no food either. So I'm gonna need you to be making regular trips to the grocery store, Karen, because you don't never have no food, sis. Never do you
Well,
have
that's what
food.
happens when you're emotionally going through some things.
I understand that, but I'm gonna need hell get it delivered,
It
sis.
was very much
But
so real. When she said that, I was like, damn. But the difference between her and I is Erica would have been sitting in the house like a star because I ain't going to goddamn place at 11 o'clock at night. Unless it's to go and
no,
get some fries.
yeah, it would
That
have
I
been,
don't
and I don't
gotta
even eat like
get out the car.
yeah, I don't like I'm one of those people where like I don't go to the grocery store like at nighttime like that.
Mm.
If I don't go after work or early, like I don't, I ain't doing no late night
Well,
rendezvous, but not by myself to no darn grocery store.
also
But also,
they're not even
Pam,
open that late here. Like LA, they don't play over here. It's 10 o'clock.
the only place you can do that late is Walmart. Like the regular grocery stores
Nope.
are closed at 11.
Everything is closed down unless like a late night spot, like an actual carry out spot.
Really?
But grocery stores, Walmart, everything 10 o'clock or earlier.
What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Biggest culture shock ever because I moved here before the pandemic. So when I moved here, there was
okay.
still 24-hour Walmarts back in Baltimore. I got here and the Walmart's running 24 hours. I was like, what the fuck are y'all on?
That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is so interesting. But yeah, but her homegirl was hungry. Pam called to check on them, and Pam was concerned because her time to pay rent, and she didn't get paid for 2 weeks, and she trying to understand what's going on. Karen was basically telling her, sis, I can't help you out, and Pam
Can
was
we
like, you shouldn't have told
pause
that check on
there?
some rent.
Can we pause
Yeah,
there? Because
absolutely. We
Tyler
can talk about
Perry,
that.
first of all, Pam, you just got paid. So she did pay you. But apparently, this is Tyler's half-ass attempt to speed the timeline along and say that 2 weeks
Yep.
took place that never fucking took place. Tyler, stop. If you're going to do it the fuck right. You're not going to be able to make this timeline go into warp speed. This is not the goddamn multiverse, and Pam ain't a fucking Infinity Stone. What are we talking about? Ellie, I'm about to overheat because
No,
the fact that Karen had to say, you
you're
just
right.
got paid, but I'm not about to pay you for 2 weeks that you didn't work. So now the damn salon has been burnt down for 2 weeks? Go for it, Allie, because I can't.
No, because that's where I was going. It was the two. Tyler, and the thing that interests me, and I know it has to be a reason why, because it's how Tyler works. He was so specific with numbers in this episode. 3 hours on the date. It's 11 o'clock at night. The salon burned down, has been burned down for 2 weeks, so I can't pay you for the 2 weeks that you were not working. Everything was so specific to time, and I'm like, Tyler, how can you have 2 weeks speed up for or 2 weeks pass by for Pam and Karen, but it was just one day ago that Zac and Fatima went to Heather house, and it's just the next day, so no time sped up for them. And I said, God, keep me near the cross. Season 7, I have never been so eager for a season to be over in my life. I am so ready for the conclusion and ending of season 6. It don't make no sense. It has gotten progressively worse, which is so sad. It's so sad. But I'm like, I'm season 7 is my, like, that's my hope. That's my look forward to. That's my yes, we almost there because I can't wait, but it's meant to be over with. It don't make no sense. It literally made this episode here like I literally be joking when I'm like Tyler was just smoking, but no, fam, Tyler, blink twice if you need help because the way this episode was written, I think I don't have no words how bad it was.
Allie, you're gonna
overall
have to drag my ass to season 7 here. You're gonna have to drag me because I am not gonna make it at this rate. Like, I have better things to do with my time. I really do. I just have better things to do with my time. And the best part about watching the show right now is being able to talk about it with y'all.
Yeah.
But all I'm doing is getting on here and showing exactly how unhinged and uncouth I am. Or can be. Kingdom Business comes back tomorrow. Are y'all watching it or are you not watching it? Because I need y'all to be watching it. We're going live for Kingdom Business because we're about to transmute this energy because Sistas does not deserve what it's being given. And I'm going to stand on that. Love the creators down. Love the actors behind it down. We'll never root for it to get canceled or anything like that. But I'm going to have to get ready to divest. Because Tyler, you playing. You playing.
Heavily.
This is not 20 years ago and you had absolutely nothing writing scripts in your fucking car.
Come on now, speak the truth.
You're playing with us and it's not okay. You're playing as if we haven't been watching for 4 years over 6 seasons and we remember what happened or even go back and rewatch because we respect your art that much. Because we respect the characters that you gave us that much. You playing like we're stupid and it's one thing to know your audience, but it's another thing to know that your audience is getting older. Your audience is experiencing life. Your audience has grown. And while I might not be the target audience and I can go ahead and say that, I know for a fact that even people who don't give a damn that much are seeing some of these big ass holes you putting up.
Oh, absolutely.
And you better than that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm going to try my best. I swear to God, I'm going to try my best to make it to the end of the season, y'all. But with every episode, I am just like, nobody's making you watch it, Erica.
Those are facts. Those are facts. It really is. It's so bad. I'm going to say what I do.
Business is about to be fire. That trailer, my head is like, what in the fuck? Like, what? Kingdom Business?
I can't wait. And let me tell y'all something. If I don't know nothing else, Alicia knows church. Oh, I got stories. I know church. At Kingdom Business, I said this is some real deal stuff. And that's what I like about it. It's crazy and wild, but it's authentic as hell. Because the stuff that happens behind the veil, behind the pulpit, in them girl. So I cannot wait to watch Kingdom Business. I can't wait to review it and talk about it, to give like my own personal take on things I know that happen within the Black church. I am so excited I'm so glad that this show even exists. I really am.
Kingdom Business is
I really am.
I gotta give my last 2 episode breakdowns, but I went back and I did rewatch those episodes because when I saw the trailer, I was like, wait a minute, what the hell did I watch? Oh, wait a second. It's real. If you're not watching Kingdom Business, get off of here tonight after this live is over and go ahead and binge it. It is that good.
It's that good. It's that good.
But yeah, Karen, Salon has been shut down for 2 weeks now. Even though...
For 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. No, Kingdom Business is not like Greenleaf Journey with CC. Kingdom Business is Greenleaf times 100.
Okay, because I've never seen Greenleaf, so I've told people like I guess it's like it because that's a church too, right?
Yeah.
but I've never
Yeah.
watched Greenleaf. So when people would ask, I'd be like, I guess it's kind of like it. They're both about church, but I had never seen it.
Greenleaf is suburban life. Kingdom business projects.
And not in a downgrade kind of way.
And
In a nitty gritty, finna tell it to you like it's real rap raw kind of way.
Yeah.
And Rebel, if you don't get your ass off that pole. Oh yeah, we definitely going live for Kingdom Business. I gotta do something with this energy, cause I'm gonna always have it. And if sisters don't respect me, if sisters don't love me, I can move on. God damn it. It's time to take our own advice, Allie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
Allie, what was you gonna tell me before we got on live? And I said, don't tell me because I feel like it's gonna be great for the live.
Are we about to get? Are we about to get
Zac
into Zac and Fatima?
No. Okay, wait. Y'all, we don't talk before this, or we try not to talk because we literally try to save everything up. Anything else from Miss Kern? Oh, so I got something for her.
Okay.
I gotta call her out. Now all of a sudden you waddling, which we saw last episode, and I ain't say a damn thing. You damn right I ain't say a peep. I ain't say nothing. Now all of a sudden our hand is finding its way to our hip. Okay, girl. So that was Tyler's kind of way of trying to sell the time difference, and she don't have a bump, but she's a little thicker.
Yeah. People kept mentioning that in my comments, and I was intentional in not mentioning anything about it because I'm like, all of a sudden she been her same petite self. Now all of a sudden she's sitting on that chair when the girls over, like she got a stomach, and now she got the pregnant water. I said, I'm not even going to entertain this until I see a bump.
I didn't mention a damn thing.
I'm not talking about it. I ain't talking about it. But I did see all y'all comments, the people that commented. What about Karen Bump? I intentionally did not say nothing about it in my review, and I intentionally did not respond to anybody comment because I'm like, no, Tyler. No, sir.
Pam might have to go get a second job. She gonna probably wind up having to do it, and all she gonna do is go see some messiness. Like, I get it, it's a drama show. But everything don't have to be this random ass, just dramatic moment. And this is going to take me to the very end of the episode because yes, Kim, Tasha girl. Anyway, Karen is at the grocery store and runs into Zac and Fatima. And before y'all say it, this is the best you get. So if you're watching the live, here you go. If you're not watching the live, that's your damn fault. I was wrong. Karen is going to lose her mind, I guess, apparently. And you know what? I don't give a good goddamn if she do. But that's the only time I'm going to say it. Don't ask me about it. And I still stand on what the hell I said, even if it was wrong. Tyler Perry's a messy... And I don't have nothing to do with that. That's all I got, Allie. I know that's gonna be the first time.
Your video. So I listened to your video right on my way to work. I said, Erica, it's because it said like 9 hours ago. And I said, Erica put out a video. Let me listen to it on my way to work. So I listened to it, and I said, I really want to believe her. I really want to. And when I posted a picture of my community page, I was just like, I hope these three don't act a fool. Because honestly, I had my own thoughts about what I wanted to happen. And we shared similar thoughts about what I wanted to see happen in that moment. But then I also had to understand, I'm kind of doing this to lead into the Zac and Fatima of it all. I really had to remember that to me, it appears that Tyler's objective is always to make Karen look like the one that can't get over it, the one that can't move on, the one that just can't let go, or the one that just has all this extra energy. And it's always to make Zac and Fatima come out on top regardless of what happens. That is his objective. So keep get completely unhinged. Karen is gonna be because that's his objective. And I'm like, at what point is that no longer your objective? No, and for me, and I think that's where people get the misconception that I don't like Fatima because I just call her out on her stuff, is because no one person is like this.
Nobody.
Not at all. And then we see that in tonight's episode as well. But, so what Erica was saying was, so we
Hit that
sent a
like
message
button.
to each other.
Hit that like button, y'all.
Hit the like button, y'all. So we weren't feeling this episode too much. So I told Erica, I said, you know what? I said I literally called Fatima a trick. Like she's a dumb trick. That's what I said. So then as we were getting on, I said, Erica, you know what? I felt convicted. And I said, Erica, you know what? I said I lied earlier. I said I lied to you. And so she was like, about what? I said, girl, something about Fatima. And she was like, oh, should you tell me now? Should you tell me when we get on? She was like, no, don't tell me now. Don't tell me now. Wait till we talk about them. I said, okay. So what I lied about was I told you that I called her a dumb trick. In reality, I called her a dumb bitch. So I was like, and I said, girl, I said, these Fatima people gonna come for me. I said, but I don't care. I don't give not two hot dams.
I couldn't care about what I used to say. I couldn't give a shit about nothing less.
Nothing less. First of all, that scene was so damn unserious. That scene, Zac came out there like a damn black Power Ranger. You beating up this man. His boys come, do what the hell they supposed to do. Now all of a sudden, you telling me, Fatima, this woman, gonna punk 3 grown ass men? Roll your sleeves up. First of all, and then she shot you. You released you fired a shot
out
with a child
up.
in the house.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
With the child in the house, you fired a firearm. Okay, you tell these men to roll their sleeves up. I said, do it. Do you know who the hell I am? I said, no, ho, they don't know you. Who are you? First of all, if you was dealing with some real gangsters, they would have put their hands on you, sis. In what world, just because you got a gun and that you're a woman, that these that these men about to take orders from you? Who are you? Then you make a phone call. Then the goons come out, you, Zac, and Michael. First of all, you acted like Michael scared. Michael was in his room playing with his damn toy. When Michael came out that room, he didn't look scared. He didn't look like nothing was going on with him. And I was like, what the hell is going on with this scene? Now are you okay? We're going to take you somewhere that you never have to be hurt again. I said, what the fuck? What?
We weren't even sure he was hurt this time.
You, what? First of all, we talked about this last week. That man closed that door. 2.5 seconds later, we hear a scream. Hey, Michael room. What? I said, God. First, I'm sorry. And I'm like, this is the stuff when people don't want to. And I'm not saying nothing about it. Don't matter who your favorite character is. That's fine. But I'm like, can we please just have a real conversation about Fatima? Like, and for me, that's the shit that like pissed me off, because that is so unrealistic. She punked everybody. She can beat everybody ass. 3 grown men gonna bow down to her. If these was real, they would have called her a bitch and hit her in her face with her man on the floor. Like, let's be real. So it's like, Tyler, if you gonna go there, go there. In what world does that happen? They don't know that you man up cousin. They don't care. And that's like, that whole entire thing just pissed me off. I know some people that was like their favorite scene. Oh, Zac and Fatima, they run, they do. I'm like, this is dumb as hell. Really? That's dumb as hell. But then you want to crucify Karen on the cross for having an attitude. They done broke in somebody's house, and then you call a gang of people to come beat up 3 men in this girl house, in this woman's house. Really? Okay. Okay. I was just done. I was done after that scene. Completely done. We ain't got to the car yet, but that little part right there, I was completely done. And I'm gonna let you have the flow, sis.
I mean, you were right. I just got a couple different notes. I was done too. I'm done with how convenient everything just always works out. And to quote Allie, if you gonna go there, go there. Fatima does not get to evoke the "Madam is my cousin, get out of jail free" card and not be about this life for real. Because the way that this shit works, you might call in a favor here or there, but then you also need to start paying the motherfuckers back. So if I'm not seeing Fatima take her ass to the trap, if I'm not seeing Madam call back in additional favors, then stop using Madam to get Fatima out of or Fatima using Madam to get Zac out of all of this. Enough. When she made that, like, I'm okay. Compose yourself, Erica. Let's start at the top. Zac, you the Incredible Hulk now. Great. You beating ass. Cool. We already know that's what you do. This is not something that's atypical for you and your character. This is how you get down. I said, okay, cool. They about to fight it out. The two others come in. Where did y'all even come from? Why are y'all here? Did the nigga throw up a hat like the Alabama nigga? Like, where did you come from and how did you know to come? It makes absolutely no sense. Then he's proceeding to get jumped by these men. And I'm like, Fatima, are you not going to jump in? She pulls her gun out. Okay, cool. Yeah, she's always packing. The way that Crystal was holding that gun, I did not believe it. I didn't believe it at all. Which is also not helping me buy into you am that life. How you am that life and you don't even know how to properly hold a gun. You shooting laterally when if you wanted to actually clear somebody but not actually shoot nobody, then you would shoot up. Unless y'all on the top floor, which don't look like it because Zac ran his ass up to the top stairs. So what exactly are we doing? You don't want me to actually believe this, Tyler. It's too many goddamn hoes that don't make no sense. And yes, the dudes might get off once you fire a shot because, oh, we forgot our guns in the car, but we gangsters. Okay. But then she had the nerve to walk up on a nigga and say, look at me. She puts her gun back in the bag. Your ass gets beat the moment the gun is back in the bag. What? Look at me. I'll look at you, alright? Bitch, I'll black both of these eyes. What are you talking about? And no, I'm not condoning violence against women, but it's unbelievable. Are these gangsters, are they not? And how the hell do you know that these are the Black Rock Boys? And then, and even if they are, why does she get to just pull this shit out of her ass at any given moment and the slate gets clean and they get to walk away clean? There ain't no goddamn consequences for it. If the police show up tomorrow with Heather because she want her damn kid back, need to be another set of police showing up, tying them to the killing of this man in her house. Where the damn police investigator hadn't been strung up like some Christmas lights on that goddamn car. Like, you don't just get to call Madam randomly, and then we know if you watch the damn show that Madam got a bunch of shit on her own plate, so how is she even answering her phone immediately? How are you getting this stuff done immediately? I watched Madam send Blue to voicemail 62 times, but Fatima gets picked up on the first ring every single time. With her pedestrian ass, she don't want nothing. If Fatima ain't throwing ass at the female version of Eden or doing favors for Madam, the next time that she make a call, she don't get no more favors. Because it's not realistic. Regardless if you are family of the gangster. You ain't Madam's mama. You ain't Madam's fucking sister. And even if you watch, you don't like the whole, like, it just don't make no goddamn sense. And I'm tired of it. Zac and Fatima, more so Zac, but Zac and Fatima get away with damn near murder. And they don't even have to. What does this story look like without her having to call Madam? How does Zac get out of the problem that he just caused by breaking into Heather's fucking house and beating the hell out of this boy without calling madam? It makes for the most weird anticlimactic moment. Nobody gives a shit to watch it except for the dumbass obsessive fans who only want to see Fatima content when there's YouTube channels making edits for y'all. We're here for story.
Fact.
Everything about it was ridiculous. Nothing seemed wrong with Michael aside from he is nonverbal. He's been nonverbal since we met him. Oh, I bet you like ice cream. I bet you also don't like guns going off in his goddamn house.
That's the thing that just so many things are just wrong with this scene. You let off a shot. The baby didn't walk out with his hands over his ears. There was no ringing. The apartment ain't but so big. You fired a gun and he didn't have. It was just the execution of that. Even with Michael, like the things they could have had him do coming out his room, he was playing with his toy. He didn't look shaken. He didn't look any of that. And no, and I know that's people in the comments who I saw. I'm not condoning Heather, having these different men around her son while she's at work. I don't agree with that at all. But we also don't know Heather's situation because Tyler hasn't allowed us to know much about this woman. We don't. It doesn't justify. I wouldn't have different men around my son. That's just me. But then you have a father who hasn't offered to take him either. When you know I stripped and I told you my hours. You could have said, oh, well, I'll have him from this time to this time. I'll drop him off home. And then like you stated, when the police come to Zac them house because Zac got her baby, I'm going to need you to have someone else because there's a hole in my ceiling, sir, that came from a gunshot.
Not in the ceiling. It probably should be in the ceiling. It's in my wall because Fatima's holding a gun out like this, like she ain't never held a gun before. Oh, I forgot. She ain't never seen no like this before, but she's so am this life.
Yeah, it was just so interesting. Like I think that's the part that gets me. Yeah, I think that's the part that gets me. And I think someone in the comments said, that's just the part that Tyler wrote for her. But I get it. But I also feel like people use it as a justification because we can see Karen wilding and people have smoke for her. But then if somebody say, oh, well, that nobody says, oh, that's just what Tyler wrote her to do.
Not a soul. Not a soul says that's
like,
just the part that Tyler wrote for Karen. Yeah, it's just very interesting. And I think the thing is this, we all know that Tyler Perry writes the show like that. We all know that. However, we're going to talk about these characters as if they're the real people that we're talking about. But we definitely know who wrote the story, who's writing the story. Still yet, the characters of Zac and Fatima, like you stated, they do so many things and there are no consequences to their actions at all. And then even with with Zac and Fatima in the car, and he was like, what was that? And it's like, how you acting all gangster this minute, and now you acting all timid and scared. I just never seen nothing like that before. What you haven't seen? You am this life. You supposed to see it all.
I'm lost. You've seen it all, ma'am.
You surely lost. What you talking about? Done it all. Done. That's you. What is you talking about?
What you haven't seen? I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding that. And then the pity, well, now I know how you feel with your mom. And I think the thing that gets me too is that we don't have to go back into Zac's childhood. We understand what happened. We understand he's going through therapy. So I don't need you to drag me back to that place when I'm working to get out of that place. And then the fact that he lost his mom, she's already passed away. But it's not talked about on SISTAS. So when Zac and Fatima have conversations, it's almost like, well, now I understand you more. You understand him well. You don't need to understand that part of him more. He needs to heal from that, like move on. That's how I feel about it. But now I understand, and I don't know how anybody could do that. And then my thing is,
he said, "What you want me to be crying in this cart?"
Right.
That's it, Tyler. That's it. Okay.
And that's all it was. And I'm just
sorry, real quick. Eddie White, babe.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Allie. Eddie, I
No, go
appreciate
ahead.
you and I love you. You are so consistent in the community and you be posting your comments and you like what you like. And I love that for you. But Fatima is not it. They do not make this show. And after today, I will be perfectly fine with them exiting. They got to go. That's it. What were you saying, Ellie? Sorry, I must have been a train of thought.
No, okay, I was talking about them being in the car, and I don't know where I was going with it, but it's the irritation um for me. Like they could just they can go run amok across Atlanta, do what they want to do, and they just don't have to. There is just no answers, consequences. Then when she was like, I don't like calling my family for favors. I said, you a damn lie. You a lie. You are a liar. You do enjoy calling your family for favors because based on what you saw, a favor of that magnitude from Madam, you didn't need to do that. To me, would have went great for that scene. Let Zac get his ass beat. Let him take one. Let him get a good one. He can fight back, but let him get his ass beat. Then you could swing your gun out or whatever you want to do. But it's like, and then when she was like talking about Heather, he was like, I'm gonna talk to her. She better act right. Y'all bust into her house, shot in her house with her baby in there, and she better act right. That's why I'm like, it's just certain things. I still feel like Heather should beat Fatima ass for swabbing her son.
I don't
I
know
would
if she
never get over that.
can. If Heather was gonna beat her ass, then she should have did it when she ran her
I
head
mean,
into
she
that
should, but
mirror.
that's just my dream. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
That's
like
just
Tyler
like
was
what
showing
I
that
would
she
love to.
can't do it because you gonna run my head in the mirror and I'm not finna go to the ends of the earth to annihilate your ass. Like I might as well be
You know,
Thanos after you come up my job and run my head through the mirror. I am trying to end you and all your bloodline. What? And now
I
we gotta
just,
listen to for another year. Karen better be careful. Karen better watch what she say.
oh, I saw so
All
much of
Fatima
that.
gotta do is call Madam. Then let her call Madam then. Please get
I
it
saw
over
so much
with.
of that.
Cause the fact that that scene turned into that, I got it. Like I knew that she needed to pull out the gun when the more guys came. I think that she was cool when they was going at it 1-on-1. I get needing to do something because then Zac is getting jumped. This started as one thing and it's becoming another. Cool. But the calling Madam, it's gonna immediately turn me off. It's gonna it's just a very, very unfair get out of jail free card. And it's
Yeah.
honestly a lazy thing for the writer. It's the laziest thing that Tyler could do.
Nah, I mean, she ain't in law school no more, sis. Ever since she got with Zac, she ain't been in school.
What she need law school for? She can call Madam to beat up the judge.
She, she ain't been in school, sis.
It's like at this point, Tyler has literally positioned Fatima to whatever she wants, she can get, and not in the if you work hard kind of way, and the Madam is gonna get it for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where was Madam's
And
going
for
to pay
everybody.
Zac a visit when he was too busy trying to run up in the Project Punani? I could have got down with that. I could have got down with you calling for backup to beat Zac's ass for that. Where's the backup, Fatima? Where's the help for then? Like, it's just so inconsistent. It's so convenient. It's so lazy. It's the most uninteresting story to tell. And Zac, at this point, are you still in it because you get in your goddamn way and this is the woman who is really getting you out of all your mess because of whatever connections that she have? Or are you scared? Can we talk about it?
About it. We definitely should talk about it. And those are my thoughts. And because I think that, which I don't really care, I don't care at all. But when people feel like, oh, you don't like Fatima, or oh my God, especially after these lives, I come back and look at the comments. Y'all don't like Fatima. Y'all some Fatima haters. Y'all some this, and I'm like, I would like for someone when you post those things to state the specific reason you feel that way. Because my thing is, it's not the fact that people don't like Fatima. I just think people don't like to hear her being called out on her stuff. Because I think that at the end of every episode, you can go to social media. Karen was on our scene, on our TVs for all of 5 minutes tonight, and I know it's gonna be so much stuff about her on social media, which is fine because you could. That's the whole purpose of having these conversations. But my issue with the character of Fatima has always been this, and I saw it from the very beginning, and that's what made her like my least favorite character of the women, because I'm like, Fatima can basically do whatever she pleases, however she pleases, and she gets rewarded. In comparison to the other women who have to deal with the BS, who have to deal with getting abused, who have to deal with men. Don't get me wrong, I do believe Zac is a man. However, the other women deal with things on such a level that Fatima don't have to deal with. And why? What's the reason? So in my way, it's like I don't like that whole. It's like a type of a picture of perfection. Mm-hmm. No. Why do you get to shoot at somebody multiple times and nothing happens to you? Why do you get to beat somebody to a pulp and nothing happens to you? How do you get to vandalize Hayden's car, bust every window, break into his house, destroy his father's ashes, and you just walk out there and was like, oh yeah, well, I know you're gonna do something stupid soon. I would have whooped Fatima's ass. Man or not, and like you said earlier, I'm not condoning men putting their hands on a woman at all. But you destroy my father's ashes? Really? People had so much smoke for Karen putting Zac's grandfather belongings, not ashes, belongings, outside of the airport. Was she wrong? Yeah, but you should have had stuff in her house anyway. But here nor there, Fatima destroyed this man's father's ashes and had no type of sympathy, no type of compassion, no conviction, no nothing. So when that situation happened for Alicia, that let me know all I needed to know about Fatima. You could destroy somebody's father's ashes and just walk out as if your shit don't stink and you big bad muff bowl. Oh, babe, I would have whooped your ass. Like, but that particular thing right there, I was like, oh, I'm cool. I'm cool on sis. I give her props when she deserve it, and I ride with her when I feel like, she doing something. But that scene there, I remember this one girl, we got into like a little, I would say a heated debate, and she was telling me that she was like, oh, I was done with Karen the moment she put Zac's grandfather's ashes at the airport. I said, you still rock with Fatima though? And she was like, yeah. I said, well, let me school you. I said, Karen didn't destroy anybody's ashes, but Fatima did. Oh, well, Hayden kept bothering her. Because when you do that, then my desire to interact with you, that's done. Mm-hmm. That's done. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's be clear. Let's be, straight across the board. I remember there, like, one girl in the comments from last week, she was like, and I responded to her, but I responded to her on something else she stated, but she was like, yeah, they'll say Karen wrong, but then they going on Fatima for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, well, what do you want us to say? What is it that you want us to say? Karen, she sat down in the chair. She was talking to her friends. She didn't do nothing in that episode. What do you want us to say? Make up something?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that comment, so I don't know if I'm addressing it appropriately. But my response to that would be, and it's something similar to what I had to say in the All American lives that I was having. The difference between Karen and Fatima is not, oh, I like Karen or we like Karen and we don't like Fatima. Even though Allie is very much so on the fence. I think I'm getting there. And the crazy thing is, it's not even Fatima's character that's going to make me not like her. It's the unfair advantages that I think that Tyler gives her that's going to make me not like the character. But that's neither here nor there. It's not even about liking the characters or not. The difference is, for me, and to specifically respond to the amount of time we give to talk about one versus the other. With Karen, who people can call out for whatever, and we have called out for whatever, she suffers the consequences of her actions. She gets ostracized. She gets clapped back on. She gets her friends to force her to apologize. She gets rolled up on. She gets bitches busting into her house. Things happen as a response to what Karen does. You want to sleep with Zac, you meet him at the coffee shop, you tell him you're going to leave the door open, Fatima comes through your door. Is it right? No, but it's a consequence. There is an action and there is an equal or greater reaction that she then has to deal with. So part of what we discuss is her being wrong, but then it's also layered, and specifically, let's lean on the example of Fatima coming through her house with a reaction that did not warrant that. So we could spend more time on Fatima because the action did not warrant what was actually, or the reaction did not warrant what was actually done to supposedly trigger it. On top of the fact that when you address somebody who is wrong or who has done something wrong, and then they are actually in the scene, in the film, in the show, suffering because that wrong thing happened or they did that wrong thing, you can only say they were wrong. Fatima does not suffer for the things that she does wrong. She gets around it, so it's plenty of shit to talk about because she's never held accountable for it. Y'all won't stop holding Karen accountable. So it's a very short runway of things to talk about because the thing happens, she might be wrong for it, and then a bunch of other shit happens as a result that she then has to suffer from. And all we can do is list the things that are currently happening as a result. But with Fatima, because she does not actually have the accountability of the things that she does, not only can we talk about what she did, why we felt like it was wrong, but we can talk about all of the things that we feel like will happen if Tyler was actually holding the goddamn character accountable, which is going to lead us to talk longer. If you're that mad about it, call Tyler Perry or your congressman. Because what the fuck? They did the same thing to me in All American. They were like, oh, you don't ever want to point out Spencer's wrong. Spencer James is running around All American suffering at everything. Romantically, football, anything that he does that is a misstep is immediately met with something like, nah, nigga, that's the wrong thing to do. And the only thing I can say is, well, look, that was the wrong thing to do. Meanwhile, Olivia Baker gets to run amok, release all types of police footage, do all types of goofy shit with her man, take her best friend, like she gets to do everything. So no, it's not, oh, we just want to talk about Fatima more. It's not, oh, we just hate Fatima. It's that Tyler creates open ass loops with this character that he gave a get out of jail free card to and forgot to tell the fucking audience that this was the rules. I did not think that was going to make me as agitated as it did, but it did. Because I hate it. People are constantly trying to scapegoat our critiques and our content as in we're just some trivial ass like Karen lovers. I hate that with a passion. Yeah. Because this shit is work. Y'all might enjoy it, but it's work. Me and Allie actually put effort and energy into dissecting this media that's placed in front of us, which is partly why I'm taking so much offense to this goofy ass episode that he gave us. Because we don't deserve this. And we are not just some little fan page for fucking Karen.
Correct.
Sorry, y'all. I know that y'all didn't say it, but
I was just reading the comments.
Velma, binge watch Kingdom Business. That's what you're going to binge watch? Hey, Erica. Welcome in, boo. It's like people want you to... let's say you got two kids and one of them is your favorite. And both of them steal a piece of candy from the store, but the one that's not your favorite steal a piece of candy from the store and says, I stole a piece of candy from the store. People would much rather you harp on and basically berate the kid that stole the candy from the store and admitted to it and wants to do something about it, versus the kid who's still eating the fucking candy, didn't say nothing about it, is hiding about it, not like, don't say nothing to this kid. That's Fatima. And if you do say something to this kid until they try to get them to admit it and realize how wrong it was, then you the wrong one. What? Y'all can have it. I ain't gonna be talking about none of this shit and then enjoy that. Maybe you would. Like, quiet as fucking kept. But then also, Ellie, I feel like if we got on here and we only talked about the shit that we thought that mattered or storylines that were actually good, then it would be, oh, they think that they're above Fatima. They think that they're above Zac. They think that they're too good. Whatever. Y'all can have it.
Yeah.
You gonna think what you gonna think.
Yeah. And I think, to me, that's just the beauty
ain't
of it.
Ain't trivial about you, Erica James. You might be a Karen lover, but you ain't trivial. Go ahead, Ellie. Sorry.
No, you ain't trivial. You're not trivial at all. You're not trivial at all.
What were you about to say, though, before I interrupted with my loud ass ranting?
I'm reading the comments, but I think that what you said was it was legit, because there are times like when these episodes are so bad, like this particular episode, and it's like when you're trying to do do your review, it's like, Lord, what the hell? And like, you really got to go into your place of intelligence and realism and try to bring some stuff out when it comes to what you actually saw. And don't get me wrong, there are some people and there are some reviewers who just don't like Karen, who would bash, it don't matter what she does. Like, it doesn't matter what she does. And I think even for me, like,
would you like some banana nut muffins? Don't eat them. That bitch poisoned the muffins.
It's just, and that's just what it is. So I always find it interesting how you and I can talk about and across the board, you can have your favorite, but this is what happened in the show. This is how I feel, blah, blah, blah. Yet the others who may not like Karen, who just may absolutely just hate her, can spew all kind of hate, can spew all type of like hate speech and derogatory misogyny, all of that derogatory speech. And there are black women supporting this. They're supporting it. And I think that even the comment that you made about, and that's what I was thinking, like even what I said if this was real, them brothers would have put their hands on Fatima. And as you further stated, the moment she put that gun in her purse, you don't have no type of defense now. So if we gonna be about it, we gonna be about it. You being a woman ain't gonna stop anything. And I think that's the, even the situation going with Danny. Well, Danny shouldn't have had that man in her house, and then, but so that deserved her to get her put hands on her. Danny was hit on. Danny was spat upon. This is a man she didn't know, and unfortunately, that's what happened. Fatima can walk in somebody's house. You got 3 women in there, and she don't get touched at all. Hell, she don't even get pinched, pushed, tapped. In what world? And so that's always my thing. It's not realistic, but the objective for Tyler is to always make them look like the hero. And because of that, everybody else around them is going to suffer, are going to have to face the consequences. And my thing is, this is not a real, I can't vibe with that, because I can't connect with that. I can't connect with it. I can connect with me saying, girl, I want to fuck the out of him. I didn't mean to say the F word, but it just came out. Oh, I want to, out of him. And his girl overhear me. You say what now? Oh, no disrespect. That's your man. Yeah, like that's a realistic type of thing. Her walking into my house, no, no. But saying something to me, yeah, I could rock with that. Yeah, but it's just like it's just very interesting. That's all I can say.
And quiet is kept. Y'all don't even love Fatima because she's such a great character. You love Fatima because she scratches that itch inside of you that wants to be the dominant bitch in your life, but you're not. That wants to be the baddest bitch walking, but you're not. That wants to be the one with the man everybody has, but you're not. And I didn't realize this was about to be shots fired at them, but it's shots fired. Because half of y'all that are super obsessed with her as a character and cannot actually point to the things that are actually wrong with the character and the plot holes in the damn story tied to the character, that's what you are seeing. That's what you're getting life from, because it's not the storytelling. It ain't the looks, and as in like the clothing looks. It's you trying to live vicariously through this goofy ass character who seems to always come out on top because the writers happens to love them. And that's cool. If that's what you want to do and that's what you want to have your escapism be because your life is just that shitty or whatever you got going on, that's cool. But keep that to yourself, because not all of us are suffering with that level of insecurity, of lack of self-esteem. We're just not. And we can call a thing because we're not living vicariously or building a personality in real life off of a fictional fucking character. Now y'all got a reason to say some shit back to me because I done said something to you. Enjoy. I don't even know how I get back on track from here.
Think we off the track. I just think that yeah, that scene, that entire scene for me was just so unserious. It was just, I'm like, wow, really? All right.
I would agree with this being one of the worst episodes ever.
It
And
was
they
pretty
are a
bad.
big part of it. Zac and Fatima either needs to start suffering realistic consequences for the things that are being put forth as their story, or they need to exit SISTAS. That's it.
All the women are beautiful. I think people should realize it's the character they're playing, not to take it out on the actors. I can honestly say the only actor who gets crazy things sent to them is Ebony Obsidian, who plays Karen. She's the only, and I know DeVal had a couple of death threats when the fans thought that Zac and Karen were getting back together. But the other people on this show, they don't receive it. Talking about the real people, they do not receive any backlash. They don't receive any derogatory comments. Ebony can post a picture with her and her dog, and people, oh yeah, you need to play with that dog and stop blaming Zac. That ain't hit none of his baby. That's Ebony. That's not Karen. Karen don't have no social media page. Ebony does. So unfortunately, Ebony is the person that receives the backlash. She receives the derogatory statements. She gets the comments about her size, about her being petite, about how Crystal. It's sad. Like that's the part that pisses me off. And she the youngest thing on the cast. But yet you have grown, unhappy, disrespectful, sad with life women who go on that young lady's social media platform or pages or whatever and spew hate. She's the only one.
I haven't seen anybody
She is
talk
the
about
only
Cheeto
one.
yet.
Huh?
Somebody said they talk about Cheeto too. I have not seen it.
Oh, they do? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Which makes it even worse
But that's
because
crazy
even if
though.
that does happen, then that points to these miserable just even more because you go out your
Yeah.
way to send it to people who you feel like are caring supporters.
Yeah.
If y'all don't go to hell, and I mean that, like, cause it's like, how miserable do you have to be? How miserable do you have to be to build your whole personality off of a fictitious character that don't even make sense in the fucking universe that she's in? And then decide to go on a hate crusade across the internet targeting people like this whole thing is unserious. It just really is. Y'all, the point blank period of it is the team that we got tonight wasn't nothing great about it. Wasn't nothing heroic about it. Tyler using Madam by way of Fatima is annoying and it's trite. And I'm over it. And honestly, it leans itself into also what we were seeing happen on All the Queen's Men. Because that has taken a stark ass turn as well, story wise, now that Tyler is writing for it.
Yes. Yes, it has.
I'm over it. If Zac is not like, I get the whole I don't want to lose her, you know, best thing that ever happened to me. But if we're not actually seeing Zac process what it means to be with a so-called gangster, and if he can get down with it, is he grappling with anything in his conscience? If that's not happening, I don't want to see it. Keep them away from the damn screen. Keep them away from the sisters' cameras if we're not going to have real ass conversations within the circumstances that you put these characters into. Because as Allie mentioned, every other character in this universe is suffering real consequences or close to real consequences for the circumstances that you put them into. But Zatima is immune.
Yeah.
I agree, Dee. I wish Tyler would have kept Madam on her own show. I was excited at first because I thought
Me
that Eva
too.
would bring so
Me
much
too.
great energy. But now that I know that she just a get out of jail free card, I can't rock with it. I wish it would have never happened. Jess Danielle says it's so true. The sisters, the main characters, suffer so much on the show, but Zatima can be the beautiful portrait of struggle of. And that's the crazy thing. That's the dichotomy of it all. Because then some people will be like, well, Zatima goes through things internally. It's almost like you have like an ecosystem within the world. So like within the sisters world, the sisters suffer and nobody can pierce the bubble that is Zatima. But within the Zatima bubble, that's a separate ecosystem that Zac gets to reign supreme over. But it's fine because like y'all don't even see that when I'm advocating for Fatima to have autonomy, when I'm advocating for Fatima's emotional and mental health within her relationship because Zac is putting her ass through the ringer. Y'all don't want to remember that, or y'all just want me to say, or y'all just want to say that I'm rooting for her to be lonely when it's really just pointing to the fact that y'all just want to settle versus being alone. And by golly, Miss Molly, if y'all don't get this now, then hopefully you get it at some point. Release yourself from the shackles of stupid ass partnerships. Because every partnership is not what you're supposed to be in. Don't just get a man so you can have a man. Get a man that's a help. Get a man that can teach you something. Get a man that can add value to your life. But then we're going in a whole other way, and I don't want to go that way.
Yeah.
If you got the extended trailer, can you please DM it to me so I can see it? I think I want to see it. I guess I want to see it. Sweet Cakes 5 says I stopped watching All the Queen's Men because Tyler Perry writing for that show now.
Yeah, and I knew instantly, Sweet Cake Five. I would, I never forget when the show came back on, and I was at work. I was literally 7 minutes in, and I messaged Erica. I said, I know Tyler Perry writing this show. I literally, because it was that bad. Within 7 minutes, I knew something was different, and I went back to see who wrote this. Darn it, it was Tyler Perry. I said, I knew it. It was because I'm like the things that they were saying, the repetitive dialogue, just the sloppiness of it all. I knew it wasn't Christian Keys anymore. I'm like, Christian didn't do this. This is Tyler all the way. He had, and I really did enjoy all the Queen's Men. Like I really did. And I'm just like, sir, you have, ooh, it's a hard watch. It's a hard watch.
Season 2 is for sure. I would agree that Fatima and Karen are a lot alike. I have said that from the very beginning. I have said that before we got to know a little bit more about Fatima and she got so integrated into the Sisters cast. I said that Fatima and Karen were the exact same woman at different times in their lives. So for me, when we first learned about Ian, I felt like Karen, when it comes to Zac, was in a place that Fatima had already been with Ian. So she had already experienced and done a lot of the things that Karen was doing. That's why she was so wise. That's why she was able to have a little bit of grace for Karen and all of that. Now I would say that they are very similar characters, but the way they get handled by the writer is completely different, which makes my sentiment very, very different. On top of the nuance and layers that come with the women being different shades of brown, with them being different body types and how the audience responds to that. Some of y'all are not as forward thinking as that, but that all plays a part as well. My biggest issue with people's hate for Karen is not that they just arbitrarily are hating Karen, it's that they're propagating certain narratives and pushing against or leaning into stereotypes that are reaffirming hatred of black women. I'm a dark-skinned black woman that has grown up and experienced what it's like to not live in light-skinned privilege, to not have a proximity to whiteness that Fatima does benefit from. And too many of y'all super Zatima fans or Fatima fans specifically don't even realize that some of the hate that you're spewing and the rhetoric that you're spewing is reaffirming colorism. It's reaffirming that you don't like Karen not because you think that she's wild and crazy. You don't like Karen because she's too dark. You don't like Karen because she's too loud. You don't like Karen because she's not a light skin with a body. And that's some other that I'm always going to actively bump up against with. That I'm actively going to combat. Period. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think if Fatima would stop appearing on Sisters, I believe Zac would be forced to handle his issues. No corrections because you're not wrong.
No.
But she's never going to stop appearing because of how she looks and people's addiction to how she looks. The aesthetic of it all is really what souls Fatima. And I don't give a damn what anybody got to say. Y'all are not going to tell me that y'all are not sold on the aesthetic of Deval and Crystal more than the storyline.
Tag me in the extended trailer too. Well, it's on Twitter.
I don't know. PB Law said they had it and they can't DM me. But I don't know why you can't DM
Oh.
me. You can DM me on Instagram or Twitter. You can also go into Discord and send it to me there. I have no idea where it is, but PB Law said they saw it. Trying to read y'all's comments.
Going to.
Dee Dee Taylor says All the Queen's Men is a bit much for me. It's a lot of violence, so it is a lot.
Yeah.
That man be recycling storylines into the ground. That is so true. Oh yeah, Brittany said it. Brittany, can you tag Allie at Allie Nick Official as well in the extended trailer? Unless it's from one of those like super ridiculous ass stands, because I might have them blocked. So, did you tag me on Twitter? No, it must be on Instagram because I don't see it. Let's not forget that Fatima liked and understood Karen. I didn't think a color thing with the women. I didn't see that, to be honest. I still don't. You cannot see that. But the way that people instantly go towards bitter, loud, angry, which are very tropey things to say, like insults to hurl at women, black women specifically, and but not speak to what is the cause of that thing. So like y'all will never really get me to say that Karen is bitter, because bitter to me is an emotion that comes from something that's unwarranted, that is like an unfair expectation of somebody, and now you're bitter because you didn't reap something that you didn't sow. That's not the case for Karen. She's upset that her relationship that she's sown into, that she put years, time, energy, money into, did not work out. She's angry about that. That does not make her bitter. That makes her angry, rightfully so. That makes her frustrated, rightfully so. That makes her disappointed, rightfully so. It makes her emotional, rightfully so. I think that when we hurl things specifically at black women like bitter and even angry, it has been co-opted and the humanity has been taken out of it, so that it becomes this negative stain, and it completely erases what could have possibly set the stage. For even if that is the case, what could have set the stage for that feeling to emerge? When something happens with Fatima, I've yet to see her be called bitter. And we saw her ex. I've yet to see her be called angry, and she's putting bitches' heads through mirrors. She's shooting at folks. I've yet to see Fatima be called an angry black woman, a loud black woman. So you might not see the color popping out, but people who have experienced it, who have been on the other side of those things, because it does get said to them regardless of what the trigger was, we can see it. We're a little bit akin to it. It's pretty similar to how white people can't really see their privilege, or how white people don't see color. Sorry for you. Not really, but if you don't see it, that's because of you, baby. It's up to you to figure out if you want to be the type of person that's attuned and akin to things like that, so that you're not running around here perpetuating stereotypes and stigmas on people who are people. I did not know we were about to go here.
I think that's great. And I do know that there are people who are not necessarily on social media. So they may not look at Twitter, they may not look at Facebook, they may not look at Instagram. And sadly, for those of us who are on those platforms, we see the hate that this young woman gets. It talking about Ebony, we see the hate that this woman gets. She can put up a picture of she put up a picture, she put up a post about how she purchased a home, and it was like something she, and her mom was proud. I think she purchased it before her mom passed away, and it was her sitting like on the counter, and it was a beautiful caption that she wrote about like where she started from to where she is now, having something of her own, owning something. And just from that one picture alone, I saw people with all the money Tyler paid you, that's what you decided to buy. The things that people say to her is sickening. It's absolutely sickening. A lot of it is definitely colorism. Anytime there's a picture, it could be a picture of Manon, Crystal, and KJ. Where's Karen? Where's Karen? Where's Ebony? I'm just like, well, what?
Oh, they took me out with the whole, when they didn't come, when Karen wasn't at her bachelorette party, and they were like,
That
we
thing
knew
pissed
that
me
they
off.
didn't like Karen. They might as well go ahead and get her off the show because these girls don't like her anyway. And her mom died.
Yeah, that thing pissed me off. So, and it was hurtful. I just think, just as a black woman, seeing other I'm like, y'all people cannot separate the character from the person. And
And then
oh,
also,
she too
like,
good to be at.
But then also, it's not even about separating the character from the person. You need to have a little bit more higher regard for the character versus writing them off. My biggest thing about the whole Karen thing is not specifically how people coming at Ebony. It is how you coming at Karen, because y'all are living with Karens. Some of y'all's mamas are Karen. And y'all don't have a bit of grace in your heart for that. Some of y'all grew up with single goddamn mamas because your daddy was Zac. And you on the internet acting a monkey ass fool? Let's be fucking for real. And who said it? I'm looking for it. Somebody said that we are all not color struck, Erica. Oh, Demetria says, but everyone on here is not color struck, Erica. I don't believe everyone think like that. No. And I think I was specifically saying some of these super fans, the Fatima super fans, but also you don't know what you don't know. I think a really great point right now, at least for me, is and looking at seeing what's happening in the world, right? And I have been very, very vocal specifically on TikTok about supporting Palestine. And like, I've focused a lot of my energy on going to go watch certain media created by Palestinians. And I've been reading this 400-page document that the UN did in 2009 that was an investigation into the treatment of Palestinians by Israel. And I've learned so much. And I've basically been thrown into this world of really unpacking the Islamophobia that we have been coerced into basically living and breathing in this country. So prior to this last month, I would not have looked at any of my outlooks or my mindset as Islamophobic. The same way that some of y'all might not think that you're a colorist or that you have colorist thoughts or mindsets, but you're not aware of it in the way that you could actually see it. Do I think that I was outwardly like, oh, I hate Muslims? No, but after 9/11, everybody was moving a little bit different. Everybody was tucking their this. Nobody wanted to be on a plane with like, let's call a thing a thing. And this shit is wrong. The same way of like, you might not be color struck or you don't feel like you're color struck, but to me, if you go out your damn way to create these overall campaigns demonizing this specific character and all that you have to say is colorist rhetoric that you don't realize might be colorist rhetoric, and you go out your way not only to post it on your platforms, but to DM it to Allie, to DM it to me, to post it in my comment section, and baby, if it quack like a duck, it might be a duck. Now, that might not be you. So, no, everybody isn't color struck. But the people that we have to engage with, the stuff that y'all are not seeing, some of y'all come, watch the videos, post your comment, do your thing. Cool. Love you for that. Pop on for the live, talk to us, do your thing. But there's others of you who I have 16 new comments from, or a mixture of 16 comments, DMs, and emails from every 2 days. That's what I'm talking about. That the majority of y'all don't get to see. The colorism is actually running rampant. And I am less about saying it's Tyler baking it in, because I think Allie does a really great job of pointing it out, and I try to have so much grace for Tyler. But I see it in the audience like crazy, just in how people respond and the words that they choose to use when discussing specific characters. And hopefully that helped make a little bit more sense into what I'm saying, because I don't like people to trivialize what I'm saying. Now that I think that you were Demetria, and I also don't like people to be like, well, what you saying is I said what I said, and that's no shade, but that's how I carry it. lost that
get
shit.
in
I think all
contact
these
with.
characters are attractive, and I still don't like them. Well, at
Come
least
on,
you
those
equal
are all.
opportunity. That's what we love to see.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Brittany. I'm gonna go check my DMs after this, love. Thank you so much for tagging me. Dee Dee Taylor said, I have to say it when I was young. People would call me white girl. Grown women would call me that. It wasn't my issue, it's theirs. 100%. I got that too because I went to private school and I lived in the hood. So I talked a little bit different.
Y'all are getting, Mimi Love P said, y'all are getting contacted through multiple mediums. Yes, sis, we are.
Constantly.
We are. DM, emails. People love to send a 4-page letter through an email, and I don't read it because I want to see what people are saying. I read everything, and it's amazing. Like most of the stuff I get are about Zac and Fatima, and Karen. More so about Zac is that I don't have compassion for him, which I got some videos coming out based on the DMs and the emails that I've received because they're great talking points. With Fatima, people, you just don't like Fatima. I had before we got on the live, someone was like, you're a hater. This just goes to show that you're a hater. Something, and I said, what are you talking about? I said, what exactly are you referring to? I'm a hater about what? I know it got something to do with Fatima when I go back and look at the comment. And I'm like, what am I hating on? People have told me and Erica about how y'all don't, to the fact that we don't like Crystal. And I'm like, wait, don't come here with it because I will block you. I don't have nothing. I enjoy these people personally. I support them in all that they do. I'm like, but because I have an issue with her character, and this ain't got nothing to do with Crystal. Crystal cool. Crystal doing what she got to do. She doing what she's supposed to do. I have no issue with Crystal at all. I just don't vibe with Fatima like that. And even Crystal has said Fatima do too much. I'm like, the character who played, the woman who plays her said that. I'm like, yes, she do, sis. She do. Crystal, no. She know.
I know too many of these people who star in some of these television shows and
You do.
to
You do.
and shout out to Allie who got me together because I'll be ready to lose it when that comment come up. You just don't like this person. I'll be ready to lose it there because it's like I like literally know these people. Relax.
Right.
Grow up and relax. And Erica James says, I'm a hater, I'm one. That's the crazy part too, because I appreciate people who can go ahead and identify with it. I don't feel like I am one. Even of Gary, I don't feel like I'm a hater because I feel like I'm justified. I feel like you only a hater when you have some nonsensical ass reason for having negativity towards something or someone. I don't think that you are, Erica James. I think that, the language that you use could definitely get you into that group. But I don't think that you are a hater of Fatima because you have very real criticisms and critiques about her that come from somewhere
And that's the
real.
beauty of it. And that's the beauty, and that's what I like about Erica James, because it's like, if you don't like Fatima, you have reason as to why you don't. There are some people who I talk to who don't like Karen, and they can tell me exactly why they don't like Karen, and I can rock with it. And then there are some people, I just don't like her because I don't like how she did Zac. You don't like how she did Zac, but you don't have a problem with how Zac did her?
At all. Let's
help
talk
me to
about
understand.
it. Because that's the whole other side that I didn't mention. Aside from y'all's colorism, y'all also have internalized misogyny, and you need to free yourself, babes. Free yourself from thinking that you're not the priority and that only men need to take priority and precedent in your life. Free yourself from expecting the least and giving the most. Free yourself, babes. Go ahead, Allie. You
Free your mind and the rest will follow. Well, Love Sour Grapes say, I think they do that to try and pull a response out of y'all. And you know what's so funny? Like, I would say about 60% of the stuff I ignore. A lot of the stuff I ignore is when I can read what they write and I can tell they actually don't watch the show. I made a video. I did do a video on this, but this lady sent me something and she was like, Andy never knew that Gary was married. Like, I think you too hard on Andy. She never knew that. So she fell in love with a man who she didn't know was married. Instantly, since you don't watch this show, Andy has known from the very beginning that Gary was a married man. It's been said countless of times on this show that Andy knew that Gary was married. She was aware of it, but she still wanted him. And I was like, should I ignore this
And
shit?
expected him to leave his wife.
And his autistic son. And the other kids they got. Because I thought they had 4 kids.
These men have
Then
so
Gary
many
mama.
kids that they not taking care of. Meanwhile, Gary is
And
coming for
yeah.
tax papers that don't got no damn ink on them because ain't shit written on that piece of paper. Calvin is down at the goddamn courthouse with Sabrina, where his kid at, and Zach finally decided to come for his because he got triggered by his dead mama. I've had it.
Triggered by the baby mama, and his only reason initially for getting involved was that so they wouldn't come after his money. So let's not act like Zach is daddy of the year. Because we know initially what he was trying to do. He was trying to make nice with Karen and Heather so that they would not come after his funds. That was the only reason. The onlyest one.
The onlyest
Not
one?
that things didn't change. It's like, not that things didn't change. But, you know, who is Jasmine? Oh, they did? They brought up Jasmine on tonight's episode?
Oh, yeah.
I missed that.
Said, well, you and Jasmine move fast. And Gary said, well, you know how that turned out. Yeah, you threw her ass off of a parking garage.
Girl, I ain't heard none of that. Aaron don't be with his kids either at this point. Tyler is the problem. But those not Aaron kids though.
They're not his kids.
Those not his kids. Journey with CC. Remember, and maybe you forgot, but those were his deceased wife's children, and he gave custody to the grandparents because that side of the family is touched. They didn't like him after the situation happened with Fawn, and he was just trying to get a smooth break. Now I would have liked to see that explored because he was a father to them, but I mean they were not his biological children. But I don't blame Aaron. I would have left them too. So I'm sorry.
Because this is what you had. She had these racist ass parents and brothers and whatnot. Wipe my hands.
Yeah, I would have had to let them. I would have to let them go too.
Wipe my hand up the whole thing.
I still take care of y'all financially, but I can't be in y'all life.
Erica James says, I'm disappointed in all the black women who look the other way when it comes to Drippy, but treat Karen like she is the devil. But you know what?
The bare minimum.
Go ahead, Ellie. Sorry.
No, just like the bare minimum, and it makes me, and you know, and I often wonder, and I mean this with such sincerity. I often wonder how many black women have actually been loved by a great black man,
and that has respected. Tea. That's the tea.
Like I often wonder that because when you have been or just have been around great black men that uplifts you, that speaks life into you, that prays over you, that affirms your dream, let you know that you can achieve this, and not only that, I'm gonna help you get there. And so when I look at a character like Zac, it was so hard for me to connect with him, but I always said Zac had characteristics of someone I dated when I was 19 years old. And when I look at him, it had nothing to do with where he worked. It had nothing to do with him not making as much money as Karen, but it's like, what is driving you? What are your goals? And I personally have an issue with people who blame other people for their misfortune or why they are where they are. Because I remember the episode where he was like, you know, I told Karen I wanted to be a barber, but she wouldn't let me work at her shop. Did you go get your license though? You never said that. You want to be a barber. She won't let you work at her shop, but you didn't go to barber school. You didn't get a license. You could have been working at somebody else's shop. You're in Atlanta. So how did that become her fault? And so Zac just
And she
always
also
struck
paid for
me
other
as
businesses that you thought you was going to get off the
she,
ground.
as we found out later, she paid for other businesses. She supported your family financially. She supported you financially. And the whole time you lived to her, the only money you gave her was half of the security deposit and them 3 measly checks that you take to the damn mirror in the bathroom. And the amount of people that love to bring that up, I said that don't mean shit to me, because how could you live with somebody for 3 years and that's the only money you've given? Now, as a woman, that wouldn't, I'm sorry, Karen, that wouldn't have been me. What?
And
I
see,
don't think so.
that's the thing, like what you started this with and saying how many women have actually truly been loved. That's the part that's like the grounding part that like keeps me off some of these hoes asses. Honestly, because I understand that and I feel that. I think for me, I only really take full issue now because I also don't go seeking it out. So I'm actually not active on Twitter and I'm not active on Instagram in a way of like I don't like I blocked the hashtag for sisters on BT, or not blocked it. I muted it so I can't see. I'll post to it, but I
Yeah.
won't see it. And I blocked countless accounts because so I'm not actually going to go look for y'all's trauma and look for you displaying that you have never truly been loved and you don't think that you could ever have anything better. But when you bring it to my damn DMs, into the comment section, and hurl it as attacks at me, that's when I actually got away. I'm double dutching. Like, do I go scorched earth or do I have a little bit of grace? And the grace that I do have is like I literally have dated a Zac. I literally have gone through so many of the things that Karen has gone through with Zac. So I understand that at that particular moment in my life, that season in my life, that relationship in my life, my mindset was a lot different and I allowed a lot of other things to happen. So that is the mindset that a lot of these women are using in navigating this show and what they're seeing and what they're okaying. What I don't understand is living in it, validating it for yourself, and then running out to the world and screaming it from the fucking mountaintops and attacking people with it. Because when I was in my the people who knew was my closest friends. Everybody else, I was trying to make it seem like it was something that it wasn't. You bitches out here embarrassing yourself, showing how unloved you are on a weekly goddamn basis, and then sending it, gift wrapping it, and sending it to our damn DMs. Don't do that. Don't do that, baby. Be hurt alone. I mean, that's not nice. Be hurt with your friends. Like, be hurt and try to fucking figure it out. But leave us the hell out of it. Because I can try to have grace for you and understand and have lived that, but also know that this has not become everybody else's problem because you think that you're not worthy. It's not everybody else's problem because you don't think that there's any other man that's going to ever love you, so you can't leave this one. It does not become everybody else's problem because Allie and I create content calling these type of men to the carpet and pointing out how you shouldn't settle. And because you're in the current season of settling, you think that now me and Allie are your goddamn enemy versus the man that you're sharing a bed with, who keep bringing you home shit. Pick the right battles, babe, or be quiet. One or the other. I feel like I've been so unhinged tonight, Al. I'm sorry, friend. Next week, hopefully, I'll be better.
We'll be better. I'll just read. Let me see. Linda Lewis said, "Evil has no color. The space you use for something else. Being a hater of a character, is this where we have came to in life now? Having 5 daughters, I've seen. Oh, having 5 daughters, I've seen my daughters in these ladies." And I think, to me, in the beginning, I think that maybe, not saying everyone, but there are a group. There are many people who could see certain characteristics of themselves in the characters, and I think that's the beauty of being able to connect, or being able to say, you know what, I remember when I was like this, or I remember when that was a part of my personality when I was 21, but now that I'm in my 30s, I dropped that off, you know what I'm saying, a long time ago, or whatever the case may be. And I think the one of the biggest issues for me is that in our time, it's been 4 years that we've had of watching Sisters. So you think about it. If somebody was 28 when they started watching this show, they're 32 now.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to your point earlier, Erica, people mindsets have changed, because I wouldn't expect a 28-year-old to still be where they were as a 32-year-old, prayerfully. And we're still watching these people do the same thing because it's only been Now Tyler want to scoot it up 2 weeks, but I'm just stick with the reality. It's only been 8 to 9 weeks of their lives that we have been privy to. So we're watching them, and it's like, oh my God, girl, come on. And it's like, well, honestly, it's only been about 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love to be able to connect. Like, oh yeah, I remember. Oh girl, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. And I don't say my Zach because he wasn't a Zach, but he did have certain characteristics. He didn't have no money. Like he didn't have money like that. And
Oh,
I've been
girl, I'm
somebody. I've
definitely talking
always
about
had a
my
different.
Zach well before Tyler Perry gifted him $1.2 million.
Yeah,
Definitely the
yeah,
Karen era Zach is the one I dated.
yeah. Yeah, like I didn't have that, and I was in college, so we had like a long distance relationship. So it wasn't like he was living with me or we were living with each other. Like it wasn't anything like that. But it was just he came from a certain place. He didn't have money. He had 2 kids when I got with him from 2 different women. So it was a lot of stuff that was already included in that dynamic. But I'm just like for me, I couldn't picture myself being 36 years old and dealing with a Zach. Like that I couldn't see. So that's why I've always stated that I could probably rock with the sisters a little bit more if they was like maybe in their late 20s and not their late 30s. That is a hard thing for me to connect to. And I'm just like, nah, maybe if they was like 27, 28, I could rock with it. But 36 and 37, nope. I can't.
It don't add up. It don't add up. Evil has no color to spaceship. Oh, you already read that one. Yeah. How are y'all feeling about the episode? I feel like I didn't hop on my soapbox and got ranty, so now it's your turn. Sorry it took so long. Um, Overall, I'm just really unenthused and very frustrated. What did Journey with CC say? Oh yeah, Zach did ask for Deval asked for changes to Zach's character. But I don't know because even like going back to that damn Twitter spaces that we reviewed, Allie, Deval
Oh,
said that he felt like Zach is the one who don't get no grace. So I'm like, I don't know how really in tune Deval is. I don't
that
know if I
Twitter
want him
space.
to like I don't know if I want him to get what he's asking Tyler for because if you want like you already like have the leg up on a show about women.
That Twitter space revealed a whole lot of stuff about our good old friend DeVal. And when he was answering as Zach, that's I will say that. He was answering as Zachary Taylor and not himself. Um, but there were a lot of things that he stated in that in that Twitter space that it didn't sit well with me. And even the way that he feels Zach views Fatima, when he stated how he feels like he has upgraded Fatima. Her, in his words, her house wasn't shit. Took her out of there. I was like, oh, what? Wait a minute. What? I said, oh, the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. DeVal as Zach feels like he has upgraded Fatima. He has changed her life. And this goes back to something I stated in my review last week. And I stated how, in my personal opinion, Fatima. Oh, I love it, dog. But I'm like, in my personal opinion, I feel as though Fatima has lost herself in this relationship. And something that you stated earlier, but excuse me, Fatima is so gung ho about Zach. People don't. I wonder how many people actually like Fatima outside of Zach.
Mm.
Outside of Zach, because people always compare Fatima and Zach to Zach and Karen. So I'm thinking, because Fatima is attached to Zach, it overshadows the fact that Fatima don't have no damn storyline. She's just coasting. So she has to be the big bad wolf in Zac's world because she doesn't have a world that exists outside of him. So when I think about that, I'm just like, well, Fatima, what do you do? You're not in school. I said, you're not in school anymore. Now, he did buy you your dream car. He got rid of your car. He bought you your dream car. He moved you to
But your
this
cousin is
one.
Madam. Why didn't Madam buy the car?
Your cousin is
Well,
Madam.
why didn't Madam
Your
steal the
side of the
car?
family. Your side of the family can get you whatever you want. That's why I have trust issues with Fatima. And this has gone all the way back to when she snuck Gary in Andy's house for
For
$500.
$500.
And I'm like, sis, you ain't that down bad. We've seen where you live. You owned your stuff. $500, my good girl. That's what you did. So ever since then, I kind of looked at Fatima sideways. Because I'm like, what are you really doing? Why did you do that? I needed the money. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't need the money. But it just makes me wonder. And so for me, for all the you don't like Fatima, I want to know, who is Fatima? Girl, get back in school. Become the lawyer. You said that you wanted to be a lawyer to help out your family. So you've let me know that Zac has somehow superseded the position that your family had in your life. Why you ain't in school? I no. Mm-mm. Tyler has completely stripped any type of independence, any type of like self-worth that Fatima had, because everything is about Zac. Everything is about his healing process. It's about him going to therapy. Fatima was like, yeah, I went to therapy in my early 20s. Sis, you need to go back along with every other woman on that show. It's time. Because who are you without Zac? I don't know. I really don't.
I don't know if I care anymore.
And you know what? I'm getting to that place where, honestly, if I did not review Sisters, and this is some real deal spill, Sisters would be a show that I watch on a Sunday when I've done everything I need to do for the week, and I'm kind of just settling down on my Sundays. Sisters would be that show for me. I would not watch it when it premiered. I wouldn't, because I just feel like at this point, what the hell?
Yeah.
Really, what the hell? It made me think about those rappers. This is some real deal spill. I don't know 3 Drake songs. Okay,
You only know?
I don't know 3 of it. I don't know 3.
Really?
I don't know 3. I have never listened to Drake. I have never but other than the stuff I may have heard on the radio. I don't listen to Drake. I don't like his music. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But you're in your 30s, and I know it was like controversy around this last album he just put out. But you're in your 30s, and people saying, "Oh, well, he's not making music for 30-year-olds. Y'all ain't supposed 30 plus. Y'all ain't supposed to like y'all." But you're
He's
that
about to
age
turn
bracket, sir.
37.
You know what I'm saying? You knocking on 40 door. So it makes me feel like and for Tyler, you are a seasoned man. Seasoned. So I feel like your work should be maturing along with you. Yes, you can make a show for 20-year-olds, or teens, whatever the case may be, but because your writing style to me is so horrible when it comes to TV shows. That's why I never used to watch Tyler TV shows. I only watch his movies and his plays. Sisters is and I've said this before, Sisters is the first TV show of Tyler that he has written that I actually have watched.
We
I
are
don't watch nothing.
now in what I would probably say is the second to last season of If Loving You Is Wrong. Because the shit just goes off the wall. And
Oh,
for
see,
I
I
believe that he would only invest and get a writer's room if he was going to keep the show going. So I don't think that we're anywhere near the end of Sisters. But this is
right.
exactly how the writing felt towards the end of If Loving You Is Wrong. It started out so strong. It started out so interesting. And then it got to the end and it was just like, what the hell? answers for questions we didn't have, no answers for questions that you have had since season 1. Like it just, and you know what? I just blame myself. Erica, Erica, nobody told you to watch this shit. Nobody. Oh, actually, my cousin Crystal did, and I did it. Now look.
Oh, for Sisters?
Yes.
Well, I made a vow to myself. I said, once Sisters is over with, Tyler ain't got to ever worry about me watching another one of his TV shows that he's writing. That he's writing. Now, if it's a writer's room, I'm down for it. But if it's a TV show that he's writing, never again. I tried to watch, bruh. I got through the first season, and maybe the first 2 episodes of the second season. I was done.
And
my mama watch all his stuff. So she was watching Ruthless one day, and I was like, it was like on a Sunday, we chilling. So, oh, okay, it was like maybe 5 episodes that came, it was like back to back to back. I said, oh, no, I'm good on this. Like I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm not a fan of his TV shows. It's just the way that he writes it. It's horrible. And then let's be very honest. If Sisters was on any other network, this show would have been canceled. Sisters would have been.
The audience. If the audience was still there, they wouldn't have been canceled because they're still here because of the audience.
What do you think about, because this show it garners with like 1 million views every week, 1 million. That's like low standard.
Not for cable.
Not for cable?
For network, yes. So like ABC, all of that, yes, but not for cable.
Well, okay.
Because like
on TNT
is on the CW, which is considered like network, and they were doing 1.2, and that was bad. Like that's what had them around to like, y'all asses is finna get canceled once they.
I didn't know that. This was All American or Homecoming. This was which one?
Because Homecoming, I don't think crossed that. Homecoming hovers around 800,000.
Okay.
Yeah, but for cable, 1 million is solid because people have to pay to see it versus it being something that's readily available. Like ABC, NBC, CW, CBS, primetime on that, yes, they would want you to have 4, 5, 6. Grey's Anatomy at one point was doing, Walking Dead was doing 14 million.
Girl. Yeah.
But cable, especially now in the streaming era, doing 1 million, I think Sisters does on average like 1.2.
Okay.
So that's why it's still there. It's not the story, because Lord knows they will cancel something with a bomb ass story, but doesn't have the audience quickly. I'm talking about you not facing to get down. And I'm over here shooting myself in the foot because I told myself I was gonna put it on my damn vision board this year or for next year. I was like, I'm gonna get me an overall deal. I'm gonna get me a first look deal with Tyler Perry Studios. He gonna be like, you the bitch that was talking shit about me. I ain't buying none of your shows.
And
that's what an overall deal is, y'all. An overall deal is when like a studio or an executive signs on, and like a first look deal would be, if I signed a first look deal with Tyler, he would get first dibs on anything that I write for a certain amount of time. So for 2 or 3 years, he would get first dibs. Whatever I'm putting out, I would have to show it to him first. And then if he didn't want it, then I could take it to another network. It's so crazy because I literally just said I was like, I think I want to get a first look with Tyler. And the crazy thing is, that's not actually that crazy. It's literally his writing. His resources, his studios, his sets, they look great. Cameras they use look great. It's the part that I would be bringing, the script. So, hey, maybe.
I used to have that aspiration. Like, I really wanted to work with Tyler. And not that I don't, it's just is way, way, way down on my list of working with him. Like, I appreciate everything that he has done. Um, just in terms of following his dreams, because by him being obedient to what he believed God placed in him, it has created opportunities for so many people. And for that, I will always respect him for. I think one of the things that is bothersome to me is that, and I said, I feel like we have been hoodwinked and bamboozled with sisters, because I feel like even though the narrative was about these, it's about these four women. I think initially that's how it was presented to us, but this show is about Zac.
Mm-hmm.
This show had, I said it should be called Zac and them, because honestly, it's about him, and it's and I always go back into my mind, like, has this always been the thought that this was going to be used to catapult DeVal, which I don't think is anything wrong in the sense. I think he is owed everything that God has fashioned for his life for him to receive. But I can't shake certain thoughts because of how the women are written. It's just something I just can't shake, because I'm like, at some point, bro, all right, when is this vow gonna break for them? When are we gonna see breakthrough for them? When are the fact that Zac is the only person in therapy says a lot to me. Like, it says a hell of a lot. And then watching some of the after shows, for me, showed me a lot about Tyler. Like, that ain't Medea, that ain't no character, that's you. And it was some stuff I'm like, okay. Oh wow, all right. And you could see the women getting passionate about how they felt, and some of the stuff he was just straight up. He was like, "Who wrote that?" And Manon was like, "You did." They had to remind him of the things that he has put in his script about Zac, about giving Karen the STDs, about all the cheat. He didn't even remember.
Damn.
He
I
didn't.
remember
He
that.
had no recollection. Girl, yeah, he had no recollection of that, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me right now. And I know he has changed their lives financially, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm just like, it's just hard for me to rock with you on certain things, bruh, because how I see you, how you continue to write these women, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But Zac can get help. Zac can become a healthy individual. But we got these women doing the same crazy things that they've been doing since we first met them. I got a problem with that.
Yep.
I got a problem with it. But that's life. And
Sarah.
I was like, I would never turn down an opportunity. Well, I ain't gonna say I would never. If I feel led, I would definitely love to work with him on certain things. But I'm like, I just want to be in a position where I can create my own content, own my own stuff, and create my own little whatever I choose to do, where people can stream it, or because I've written so many short films. I've written so many short films, and I'm like, it's time to go into production. Like, it's too much challenges to be sitting on. I gotta get it out there, but that's like something I want to do um next year, in the top of the year. But I'm moving in December, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm like, yeah, I gotta do it. It's just sitting in my stuff. It's just sitting on final draft, not doing nothing.
Same. Well, y'all.
Are the after shows on BET Plus? Oh,
I
that's a
don't
great
think so.
question.
I haven't
I
seen
don't
it.
think they are. I don't think they are, because I know they came on. They would come on BET, so maybe you can find them on BET website, but I don't know if they kept them up. I don't know if he kept them up, or if they still on the website. But if you go to my YouTube channel, I did reviews on all the after shows. Beside except the last one, but the first two were on my
There was two.
There
Child,
were
I don't
three.
remember.
I think there were three. Because the last one he did, Heather B hosted it, which is the lady who plays the nosy neighbor.
That was the
She
100th
hosted the last
episode
one.
one,
Yeah, that was that special.
and that
Yeah,
kind of
and
annoyed
then
me
the
because it's clear that she
it
don't
is.
watch the show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was so clear to me that she didn't watch the show. And then the one before
Thank you,
that,
Journey with CC. Oh, sorry.
no, you good.
Um, Thank you, Journey with CC. She said that the first after show is on the website, but the second one isn't.
Mm. I don't remember it being that many. I only remember the Tyler Perry show, and then the one with Heather B.
It was two. It was two.
But I think that's it, y'all. I actually made it to the
Yeah.
end. I didn't fly off the handle and just closed everything, shut the fucking laptop like I thought I was.
The business gonna be out. Probably is out already.
Baby,
I don't know what time
if
it's gonna
it's
be
out
out.
already, I'm about to go ahead and fix this November 1st, real quick, because I'm gonna watch it immediately. And y'all might get that breakdown before you get this SISTAS one, because that's my business. Okay? Like,
let me pull it up right now.
If y'all don't know right now, or if you're new here, hey boo, I love story. I love story. And where shows really start to lose me is when they start to fuck up with story. Behind story, I love really, really strong character development. So if the story is weak, but the characters are strong, i.e. Karen, then you'll have me. But the moment that both of those things are out the window, you have lost me. I'm gone. Let me see. Kingdom Business. Y'all want lives for Kingdom Business? Y'all gonna have me sitting on here live by my damn self? Not enough people be talking about it for me.
They don't talk about it. I don't think it's up yet, though.
It's not. And I gotta do this bike ride tomorrow. I gotta be up super early.
You do.
I'll be trying to stay up until midnight to watch stuff.
Yes, Journey with CC. I reviewed both of them. The first one and the second after show. I just didn't review the one that Heather B hosted for their 100th episode. Yes, Kingdom Business Grace is on BET Plus.
Yes.
And for y'all who didn't know, me and Erica are both writers. You more so do film?
No, I do
or television? Both.
Yes.
I'm more so. I've written plays, directed plays. I published. I think right now, 4 books.
Yay.
I published 4 books, and right now everything I'm doing is like I'm focusing more on like short storytelling. So just like with Erica, I love stories. I love complex stories. I love diving into the way that we view love, how we express love, and all of my stuff stand on the pillar of love, forgiveness, transparency, and forgiveness. Because I think those are beautiful pillars of life. And just, we all do dumb stuff. I've done some trifling things to people who I love.
Yeah.
I was young, but I did some trifling things. And I just love that forgiveness was available. And then there are certain things that one can do that someone may forgive, but they may no longer allow you space in their life. And that's a consequence. Going back to what we talked about earlier, consequence to your decisions. And I just love real stories and real characters. And I think that's why one of the things that I get so about Tyler Perry, because I would never sacrifice my story to uplift a character. If a character got to go, you got to go. If it benefit my story, you got to go. In one of my books, I think 2 of my books, one of them, a character passed away, and I remember I had like people mad at me that happened. I was like, well, he had to take one for the team, for the story. It was sad writing it, but at the same time, the story is what matters the most. Mm-hmm. And I think watching SISTAS, I don't get that. I don't get that feeling. But yeah, I just throw that out there.
Yes, and you guys will be seeing finally at least some of my original content coming to the channel very soon. Make it not my dog nudging me like, oh ma'am. They have so much
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
But I'm in currently now sick of my own shit and like let's just make this stuff. Going into production. I'm in casting right now for some of the things that I have written because, as Ali mentioned, we are writers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's expensive and it's hard.
Oh.
But if Sister's not going to do anything, it's going to be like, Erica, get your shit together because your story need to be out here. Ain't no way that this is all this audience gets. Where your stuff at?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not really a way, Velma. There's not really a way for you to apply to write with Tyler. It's not like a job application or anything, and that's not me being shady. I'm just trying to give you like an example. I now that he's actually working with writers, I will use my contacts to try to get scripts to people who are in his rooms. So they can see my work and maybe I can get in that way, but it's not really a way that you can like get hired. When I said I wanted to get a first look deal, it would be me being pitched as a full package as a creative and he wanting to just have the option and paying me for it to get first look at whatever I have coming out of my brain and have first option and being able to produce that. And that's two of the ways that kind of works when you get to work with somebody. Like they're a big leader of a studio and they option or put you under a development deal for your projects, or you get hired by a showrunner to work in the room for a particular show. And that's a little bit complicated, even how that happens. Not an easy thing or straightforward thing at all. Good night, Dee Dee. Thank you so much for hanging. Y'all, the breakdowns will be up, so look out for them if you haven't already. Before you head out, give this video a like. Y'all, I try to do better by calling for that throughout today's live. Hope you guys enjoyed it with all the ranting and whatnot. And even with it could be better, it wasn't a good episode, it still gave us something to be here and to talk about. So we're going to give it the grace and credit for that. Yeah.
And I guarantee my review will be more polished because I'll have time to think and dissect and ponder. So when I speak on it, it'll come out the way it's supposed to come out.
Yes.
Whatever that means.
I'll have a little bit more coof in mine. But mine's probably gonna be real short.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and warn you guys. It's gonna be short. That's the best I could do. Because when it's T-Rash, it's T-Rash. But go and watch Kingdom Business so that you have something to talk about with me. You know, we're going live tomorrow to talk about Kingdom Business. Y'all let me know in the comment section if you're going to watch it so we can go ahead and coordinate that, because I am very much so excited about that show, and I'm glad that it's back for a second season. And with that said, y'all
have a good night.
Good one. Okay. Enjoy y'all's evening. We appreciate you.
Yes, we do.